Yo.
Not intentionally. My hobby knife rolled off the table and stabbed me in the foot.
That's a good start to the podcast.
Yeah. And we have V here.
Oh yeah, baby, give me that DACA.
Oh my god, it's all about the DACA. The DACA.
Of course it is.
Okay. So today we have a couple things we're going to be discussing. One is going to be the season 2 trailer of The Witch from Mercury. We're going to be talking about the new releases for the new images that we saw from the kits. And we're going to talk about we're doing a new series, which is the Gundam Wing Glory of Losers. Losers of Glory. Glory of Losers.
Glory of the Losers.
There you go. We're going to review Volume 1. I think there's 14 volumes. But this week we'll do Volume 1. And then, of course, we have the lovable, non-controversial cool wall, where we will talk about 3 grunt MSs and we'll put them on the cool wall.
Blood will be shed.
Blood.
There will be a fight.
Apparently, blood's already being shed, but
actually, blood's already being shed. I should probably.
I swear.
Yeah,
to
it's
God,
fine.
I'm going to give my
God,
opinion
dude.
on those on my own stream if I have to. I will sit there and be
my
God, bring me
dude.
those MS grunts and I'll judge them. If they ain't got enough DACA, they go to the scrapyard.
Oh my god. All right.
It's a grunt. Of course, it doesn't have enough DACA.
Some grunts have DACA.
Some do.
Some, not all.
A little bit of DACA, little
A
DACA.
smidge.
A smidge.
The Cubeblade doesn't actually have that much DACA, but I don't think anyone would actually claim it's a bad design.
First, we're going to talk about the season 2 trailer, which I'm hoping everybody saw. But before we get into the actual opinions, there's a blurb from Bandai, and they have said there's a 2-week time skip since the incident of at the plant Quetta. Soletta passes her days at the school, anticipating her reunion with Miorne. Miorne, meanwhile, has stationed herself at the head office at the Benneret Group, monitoring her father's condition. The two are about to face new hardships and pressing decisions, each with their own feelings in their hearts. The girls will confront the mighty curse the Gundam brings. So, what are your thoughts on the trailer? What are your thoughts on the little synopsis here? Are you guys mad, sad, happy about that there's a time skip? What about, her going back to school? Like, what are your thoughts here?
There is a distinct lack of ghoul.
Yes, I did notice that too.
Yeah.
But I think that the time skip makes sense because basically nothing's going to happen right away. Like the kind of consequences of what happens at the plant take time to materialize. And if they went, okay, we start right there, we'd get for 2 or 3 episodes would be, okay, here's all the characters figuring shit out and nothing actually happens. Because everybody now has to readjust what they're going to do. And you can show that, but it would be boring.
Agreed.
I mean, you got to agree that a 2 weeks time skip is like something you got on SpongeBob SquarePants. Nothing's going to happen in 2 weeks.
2 weeks later.
By the time they've repaired the damage, they've estimated everything going on. Everyone's talked to everyone's mom about, who what's for lunch and dinner for the next week. 2 weeks is nothing from my knowledge. That's my opinion on it.
They
could easily have done 2 months and said, deal with it.
Look, there's I'm just mad. I'm just mad that they're back at a school setting. Like, look, I think we've seen enough of the school. Like, let's look, Earth just attacked the colony here. Let's get some action. Let's go to Earth. Let's get some revenge. Let's pull Soletta out of school. Let's get her going. All the groups. Let's pull them out. Go to your groups. Get mechanized. Like, what's all this training for? If you're not going to,
I'm going to disagree with you, and I'm going to say that that's exactly what's going to happen. But first the conflict between, the major conflict has to resolve what is going on with the school, and then we will. I'd actually reckon that we're first going to see the what were they called again? Whatever the terrorists were called, attack the school to try to get the Ariel or whatever, or kill Mjorne.
Dawn, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Fold, Dawn of Fold is what they're called. Now I remember. And then then somebody will go to Earth and fuck them up. Especially because here's the funny thing. There's a scene, and like 5 accounts I follow were speculating on this.
Yeah.
The scene with the person holding somebody at knife point is one of those terrorist witches threatening, what's her name? The blue-haired girl.
Oh.
And
Nika.
that has to happen at the school, right?
We do have an image of this. I'm gonna just pull it up here.
Yeah, pull it up.
Does have to happen. That is the wrong image. That was the ferret.
That was a great image.
Give me a second.
That is giving me major Dio.
Well,
and
we're gonna
Frieza
talk
vibes.
about the ferret in a second, but here is the image with the gangster knife pull.
Yeah.
And by the shoes, I think people were saying just by the shoes you could tell that's Nika, right?
Yeah, that's Nika, and those other shoes are worn by the brown-haired witch. However, if it's the brown-haired witch, she's wearing a school uniform.
Damn.
So they have to be at the school.
They got
Sophie
Sluetta.
Cologne.
They got Sluetta, and I don't think that the Dawn of Fold will be able to. And they obviously have connections to Shaddiq. They can forge documents.
So,
I think
Which-
Of-
I do want to point out. About like a time skip the skip in the setting. I think we're gonna wrap up things in the school first. Like,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have like another explosive finale where we finally get out of the school.
it needs to be quick though. Look,
But-
I'm talking like
It's not gonna
maybe
be more than 3
two
episodes.
episodes, maybe max. You know, let's.
You can't have this next season.
Yeah,
And
about,
all the
in
fight
school again,
scenes.
because people are just going to go, where are you going with this? Is the school going to implode? Is the school that valuable? It needs to progress. It really
It's
Yeah.
also, I think the interesting thing is all the fights we see are in very open environments, while the environments in the simulated in the school are very closed off.
Yeah, I'm
And-
hoping it's
Are they?
Earth.
Almost all the mobile suits we see fighting what seems to be the Ariel or the Fruct are ones that are very obviously not from the Benerit group. They're all ones we haven't seen before, and all we know is that everything we've seen so far has all been like the mainstays of those factions within the Benerit group. So I suggest that we're either fighting on Earth or we're fighting on a different planet against a different company or the Dawn of Fold who buy their stuff from obviously somebody that's not the Benerit group because they're using other
It
designs.
needs to be Earth. Like it needs to be. I
and
can't
it's
have any
too
more
much for
school
it
fights.
to be Earth.
I would accept Earth atmosphere as well, because Earth as a background is a great dueling area. Just why it throws
ruins.
back to so many other Gundams as well, so many other series. Just atmospheric combat with Earth as the background. Yeah, give me more of that. I can go for that.
I'm not sure I buy that all the fight scenes we saw weren't in the school. Because, like, the rocky ground looks pretty much exactly like some of the simulated, well, like the first fight between Suletta and Ghoul, the
It
fight
does.
between Ghoul and the Ferret.
Mm-hmm.
Like, saying that they don't do open environments, they do open environments all the time.
But I think the lighting was too bright.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always felt very
It has,
simulated.
it has an artificial lighting element, and then the scenes we were looking at had kind of more of a natural lighting to them.
But what I want to talk about is we saw a not really a
You can leave
2.0 Fair Act, but like a little different Fair Act.
I can't wait
and,
for this frack to get cut in half.
And it looks like it's like a dual wielding close in kind of mobile suit now.
Yeah.
Which I
Allegedly.
think is awesome because I think it reflects the new Elon clone's personality. You know what I mean?
Very, very
Yeah.
rash, very upfront, very
Yeah.
in your face. Yeah. But I think something funny to the post I found today. People like, this is the ball post. He's gonna get
Yeah.
stabbed by somebody. He's gonna just get impaled.
yeah.
Yeah.
It looks. I mean, it looks kind of similar, right? I don't think there's been much changes, just besides.
No, it's just those
No,
guns.
Yeah.
Just those
Yeah, I
guns
think like
that
the backpack changed. That's kind of it.
Yeah.
No, I checked. The backpack looks like it's the same.
Does it? Oh,
I don't know. I gotta pull up an image for it.
I think there's a little. I think it's a little.
This mobile suit is so reminiscent. It's got such 00 vibes to me.
This thing just screams
my
evil.
brain. It's looking at those hips and then just be like, right, so the weapons are functioning like that. It gives me 00 vibes meets funnels. So you got 00 style hand pistols that they usually keep at the sides because, you know, good old fashioned, where do you keep them? But the funnelized, and that to me, I'm looking forward to seeing this thing in combat.
Yeah, agreed.
Everyone says those are pistols, but I don't think they are.
It looks like you can put it puts their hand. It can put its hand inside. Like there's like that big, huge gap there.
Oh no, that's just what barrels in this series look like.
I swear, like right here, you can. I don't know. It looks like you can just stick its hand in there. I don't know.
No. The fact that
to me, it looks like a combination.
May I talk?
Yeah,
go on. Get in.
It looks. The pistols are asymmetrical, so I think they're actually two halves of a rifle.
No, you could be right there.
Maybe.
You see a lot of combination equipment in this series as well. So a lot of combo joining together.
Yeah.
So
it also reminds me of like those. It reminds me of like the weird rifle the Ulfried has that can turn into a blade. A little bit.
It's definitely got a Seven Swords vibe to it. That's why I point out the 00s.
Yep.
It could also, from the looks of it, it could also manifest into a shield if you adjust it right. So you got plenty of. It might be a multi-purpose weapon.
I feel like you could actually kit bash this and put a couple GN drives on the shoulders and the back. You know.
I actually agree with that when you look at the
00 Ferric.
Yeah,
00 Ferric for the win.
Well, I've already kit bashed an aerial with the Amazing's backpack, so and it worked well.
It can be done. But
and it looks much better than the rebuild. I will say that.
Well, let's not just say GN Drive Ferric. Why don't we just go full on? Where's Trans Am Aerial at?
Oh,
God. Trans Am Aerial.
That's coming soon.
We saw that. We already saw that in the.
All the model kits have like these berserker eyes.
Wait, we did see it?
Something.
Yeah, when she fought Shaddiq, that's Trans Am.
I mean, we also saw.
God, no.
We also saw her go. We also saw the whole. I think one of the best scenes is when the rebuild comes out of the hangar and it's like just the red eyes, and the other which is like, oh shit, I gotta get out.
We haven't seen the red eyes, have we yet? Really?
No, we did see the red eye. Yes, we have in the scene where rebuild Ariel first gets shown off with the smoke and where she like rushes out of the hangar. She has red eyes. For a moment. After that, she goes back to normal. But I just remembered the shot because I was like, this is what I wanted to see. Let's go.
We need her to go like insane. I don't know. I just feel like from the trailer, it didn't show much. It didn't show Bob. There's an image floating around where it's like a side shot of Bob and he's wearing like shades. No, he's wearing like shades, like Quattro.
Quattro Bob Gina.
And it's like I don't know if it's legit. Like I didn't post it or anything because I didn't know if it was like a fan image or edited. So I don't know.
Like if he was in the trailer, we would have known.
People would have been posting about it. Yeah.
It would be really a missed opportunity if we don't see Bob as much, and then we see his like little shitty brother like become like, you know, the villain or whatever, and I'd be like, oh my god, come on.
Yeah, no, his brother's not a threat. Like, and going by the trailer, he's going out there in a fucking Dylanza.
Dylanza's soul.
I'm also going to
get.
I hope that Shaddiq.
My brain shut off.
It's okay. I hope that Shaddiq isn't going to keep being the villain because he's failed twice and has proved himself to just be completely incapable in my eyes. So if they're going to be like, oh, look, Shaddiq is doing stuff again, I'll be like, okay, so he's going to fail again.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm disappointed that he appears to have not gotten hit by a bus yet in the trailer and just got a haircut.
Yeah, he got a haircut.
Is it a haircut or is it just like up in a ponytail like he had it before?
I think it's up in a ponytail. He's wearing his uniform correctly.
Yeah,
I think he's getting kicked out.
We can only hope. We can only hope. But I
get
mean,
kicked out and actually become the true clone.
I imagine that Guel is either probably going to get picked up by somebody, and it might be some like the same situation we had in Iron-Blooded Orphans with Galado.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going with him.
I think
and
so
then in
too.
the
daughter
end,
clone.
And then in the end, he's going to either like we talked about, somebody's going to sacrifice themselves for the rest. Maybe it'll be him, or maybe in the end, the reason why, if we think that his brother is going to try to be the villain, what if Guel basically kills him because he already killed his dad? Might as well kill your brother too. Take over.
I
was gonna say he's gonna get Garmud.
Maybe they left Bob out of the trailer because it would reveal too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
maybe
probably.
like
That's exactly what I mean.
Shown to be very tied up the plot, so I don't think he's gonna.
They wouldn't just leave him out. Not after that end in season 1.
No, there's still way more.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, Japan's a lot smarter with their trailers than Americans. I'm just gonna say that.
And they did just literally make it like, for a trailer, it literally just goes all over the place. It doesn't let you really make a linear plot line out of it. It's just like you're ping ponging all over the room, and you get a load of theories. And to me, that's a good trailer. You can't
a good trailer.
Like, well, this is going to happen. No, you need like
a good
20
trailer
different theories.
Because I don't know what the movie's gonna be from the trailer. I know, okay, there's some cool scenes, but I have no idea what's happening. When I watch like a Western trailer, I'm like, okay, I can already surmise what's going on.
Yeah, the
Soylent
Western
Green
trailer
is Gundam.
The Western trailers basically just tell you exactly what's going to happen in the movie.
Yep.
Yeah, something I don't like.
Yep.
Why I only watched the teaser and then nothing else.
Yeah.
I think the best way I can represent it is the Gundam trailer, or trailers in general. They're like Quentin Tarantino for Gundam. You know you're going to get Gundam, but God knows what you're going to get in the Gundam.
Thank God.
You haven't got a clue what's coming.
Usually a pilot.
From kind of like the discussion we just had in the trailer and stuff, do you guys think season 2 is going to be good, mid, same, average? What do you guys think?
I think it's going to be good. Like, I love the hell out of season 1. I think they can keep this up.
Okay.
No opinions yet, but I think it'll be all right.
Okay.
Roll us back into a false sense of
my
security
expectations
and
low.
then another tomato paste.
I think it's going to be good because even though there's nothing concrete, all the directions they're taking make sense. In comparison with IBO, the whole Orga kind of going crazy for power thing was kind of out of left field, even though it was kind of foreshadowed.
I feel it tracked with him, but that's a discussion for another day.
Yeah, it's a discussion for when we watch IBO.
I just think if the whole thing takes place in school, I think it's a missed opportunity. I think it's gonna be a missed opportunity, but we'll see. But moving on to kind of like the main segment of today is we all read the first volume of Gundam Wing Glory of the Losers, and it's supposed to be kind of like a revamp of the anime. And I know there's like a lot of people out there who have watched the anime, whether it be like recently or back in the day, and people are still confused about what the hell is going on. And so hopefully by reading this, and if you guys are watching this, we can kind of clear some stuff and see the subtle changes that this series brings us. And one of the first things we actually like kind of see, which I thought was really, really cool, was the Death Scythe, I think Rosette unit, which is like a little bit different from the original Death Scythe
unit because the wings are adjusted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I thought that was a really cool, first different shot. Do you guys like this, the Rosette unit, better than the original Death Scythe that we've seen in the anime? Like, what do you guys think?
Yes,
I would literally have to see them side by side to tell if there's a difference.
I mean,
hey, Aylin, welcome to the stream.
Yeah. Because I've actually built both kits. Well, I haven't built, but I've got the set. I've got the Roulette as well. but I know the fundamental difference between the two units. And this might sound silly, but I'm literally being straightforward with you. The difference between the anime Death Scythe and the Rooslet manga version is literally the wing unit. That's it. Everything else about it is the
very
same,
similar,
bar a different bit of coloration.
Yeah.
But it is just the wing unit on the backpack.
Right.
That's the big difference.
And a bit of the coloring, right? That's just pretty much
a bit of coloring adjustment. But Death Scythe in general, it's got the appearance that you don't need to tweak much. You know a Death Scythe when you look at one.
It was very smart not to redesign it.
Yeah. I do like the touch where I do like the touch where it gives it like a white head, like a Grim Reaper kind of thing. I kind of like that touch, but it's
I kind of like the fact it's got new Gundam colors.
Yeah.
I like what it looks like. I like the iconic scythe.
Well, that's what gives it the appearance. Like it's the bringer of death. You know that's the whole purpose of it.
Tasty.
Duo Maxwell, friendliest god of death you'll ever meet.
I miss Duo.
Duo is
it really made me happy.
Duo is like a friend that you wish you had, just like a cool, chill buddy. You know what I mean?
He's the cool, chill buddy that'll still punch you in the face when you're going, "What the nanny?" at some random girl.
Duo is pretty much awesome. I gotta ask you guys, when you were reading the first volume and the characters were speaking, did you read the lines like it was their voices from the anime?
I've never seen the dub.
I haven't watched the show yet.
You're iconic.
You're
honestly iconic.
I think it's one of those anime where the English dub is arguably better than the original. I say that about Dragon Ball because I like the English voice.
And it's all thanks to Scott McNeil.
I will say, there are only a few anime that I would ever give that to. They are Yu-Gi-Oh! And G Gundam.
Yeah. Yes. And Rip Kirby Morrow. Yes, for sure. Voice actor. Well, so there is I remember reading when I was talking about Gundam Wing back in the day in Twitter, people were confused about what the hell Meteor, Operation Meteor was. So, and they kind of explain it here pretty easily. It's basically the whole thing about the Gundam Wing series, the setting is it's in the universe where a lot of people of Earth, they left to go in space for a better life. And now it seems like the United Earth Sphere Alliance, which is basically Earth, is slowly taking over colonies under their control one by one in space. And I like this. Zeon. Yes, exactly. I like this because it's the opposite of the original Gundam series where we have basically space colonies trying to take over Earth, or dropping a space colony or two on Earth, and we find out the colonies are basically losing their right to self-govern themselves and are basically silenced. And this kind of starts a little revolution, and it starts off with
want a revolution.
It starts off basically with Operation Meteor, which is sending 5 Gundam mobile suits to Earth to basically cripple and destroy the military power of Earth. That's kind of the thing here. We have a little thing here. We see all the Gundams briefly, and Wing Gundam, he looks slightly different from the anime in this shot here. He's got slightly different wings, but he's more or less kind of very much the same, similar, nothing.
He's doing the title pose.
Yeah. I will say, I'm going to point out, because I'm going to point out that these are all Kotoki's redesigns.
Yes.
So the wing looks a little bit more close to the Wing Zero, which in universe works because it is. And then the rest all just some tweaks from Kotoki, to the heavy arms, a little more bold. Sandrock was basically unchanged, and same with the Shenlong. I almost called it Shenron. Too much Dragon Ball.
I am the eternal Gundam. State your wish, and I shall bomb a barracks.
Not here, but
yeah.
The only ones he didn't really change were Talgeese and Heavy Arms. Sorry,
Oh.
Death Scythe. I think it's because he liked them already.
He designed the tall geese in the first place.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
On a kit, you can
That
get
explains
your
the
hands
legs
related
so much.
Those wings you see on that one, there's a bit of a weird. When it comes to the Wing Zero in general, you can get quite a few kits based on the anime, movie, or manga stuff. That one there that you see doing the pose with the special wings and the multi-cartridge Buster rifle,
Yep.
that is literally known as the Wing Zero, just the Wing Zero, because the one you see in the anime, apparently, that's the prototype. And then there's some weird namings. Obviously, you got the custom with the angel wings, but that one is literally, you can get that kit, not P Bandai,
Yep.
and it's known as the Wing Zero Verka. And you can get it for literally nickels and dimes compared to some other kits.
They
So
also
if
have
you
a real
like that
grade of it.
design,
They have a
have a
real
look
grade, yeah.
online. You can get that kit for a good price.
Which is nice.
That is something you can enjoy on your shelf.
That I like
I
that
have
that they
the Wing
didn't make it a
Zero,
P Bandai kit and they just made it a regular.
Yeah, because that is the unfortunate news I've got to give, that if you want the Death Scythe Roselet, the Sandrock Armadillo, the Heavy Arms Eye Gel, all of these, I'm afraid they're P Bandai and you're going to pay for them.
I just want the basic
Yeah.
kits because I want
Yeah,
all.
fine.
I want all of the. I want the original cast in master grade.
I want the season 2 and in heavy. Well, not. Yeah, in heavy grade. It's exactly the same except all their chests flip over to Gatling guns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I am building the high grade heavy arms, and I'm this.
In kind of like the beginning of the volume, we get an early depiction of Duo, and he's wanting to. It's like a flashback, and it's like he wants to blow up the death site, which we. Yep.
Was this an Endless Waltz? Because I haven't gotten to that yet.
Yeah, it was an Endless Waltz.
Yes,
I figured.
Yeah. So, because he didn't want like the colony to drop. Like he was thinking about like all the people that were going to be killed if it happens, and it was just it was really weird.
And then
go ahead.
I just love that, and then so I was just like, yeah, no, I stole the fucking detonators out of your machine because I knew you were going to do this.
Yeah, the scientist like I knew you were going to do this, so I got rid of the detonator. So you can't.
I love the scientist.
You can't do it.
The Death Scythe scientist. He takes no shit from anybody.
Yeah, and he's like,
it does.
He's like, oh, I've got the detonators. Instead of like blowing it up, why don't you take it and do your own thing? We'll send you to Earth. You just kind of do your own Operation Meteor, you know?
Go find Howard, punch him in the face for me. He'll know I sent you.
Yeah. Yeah. Then we shortly after that we get kind of a scene similar to the anime where Hero is flying in the shuttle and he's entering Earth's atmosphere, and we get that the scene where it's not Trace, sorry, it's Zex. He sees it and he deploys his mobile suit. However, in the anime, I think it's like a Leo and a couple arrays that launch out.
Yeah, it's basically a standard in the anime.
Yeah,
and it's a repainted Leo. And
in this, I like this better because I thought this was like the tall geese without like its what do you call it? It's like headpiece and some other stuff. But I think it's actually just just a white Leo, like just for him, and it's called the White Grief, which I think that's kind of freaking cool.
You are correct. It is a
It's
white
separate.
Leo with a modified cannon. So that is the beginnings of a tall geese. But
is it even a modified cannon?
Is that
it just looks like a Dober gun?
It looks like a normal.
I think it's just the Dober gun. I think it's just the Dober gun.
Okay.
Why is it called that?
Why is it called a Dober gun?
Does it fire dogs?
No Dobermans were hurt in the production of Gundam Wing.
That we know of.
That we know of. But I thought it was a nice touch that he added like a specialized, kind of, white unit for a white Leo for Zex, kind of differentiating him from everybody else. I feel like that was a nice little touch they added.
He's above the rank and file.
Exactly. He's above everybody else.
But he'll still kind of look like one of the rank and file when he feels like it. Just a different color.
Yeah.
He is the lightning
that's
count.
what the
He really
Zaku-
should have had a custom.
That's what Zaku was. Basically, it was modified, but externally it looked like every other Zaku, just red.
Right.
3 times explodier than the average Leo.
3 times explodier. Yeah, so there's some combat. We see a much better depiction of the the Wing Zero here with the big ass Buster rifle. He looks wicked. I mean, I think he looks better than the Wing, in my opinion, from the anime. Like,
Yeah, it better than the original Wing.
I don't remember what the original Wing looked like anymore.
Oh no. Well,
This
then
is
it
why
must not
the
be that
original-
memorable. It must not be that memorable then.
This
No,
is why I
it's
want
not.
the original anime to get a
I
comparison.
think for me, the one
And
thing I don't-
again, I just like the Toki redesigns a little more because he makes it more stylized, but he adds little greevils and detail that make it a little more mechanically sound. And I like the gigantic size of the Buster rifle. It makes it look a little bit more weighty.
He's only got 3 shots.
I mean, that
That's
true.
what the anime
That's the
never
thing.
really mentions.
Yeah, because this one he's got you actually see the cartridges, right? And I think the anime he doesn't have a cartridge.
No.
I swear in the anime you could see the cartridges.
Oh wait, no, yeah, you can.
This
you can,
is
you
the
can.
weird thing.
Is it?
The anime doesn't have cartridges.
Yeah, it
but
doesn't.
There's also
It's like
there's
well,
a
it's like
weird discussion on many like forums and things where those cartridges you see there, that's Toki sort of like, oh, I need to give it some kind of ammo system. But it has been a long debate for many years that is the beam rifle, the Buster rifle, sorry, fed directly from the reactor through the hand, because no one ever sees a magazine, cartridge, or anything. This is the first version that has obvious cartridges, which is great to me. I love the look of it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
on the in the original anime, the Buster rifle in the original Wing has the 3 little they look like canisters. Would that not be the shots that it has? Because
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
you would think.
that's what I thought you were
Does the
talking
Wing
about.
really the Wing Gundam does have that?
It
Yeah,
has
it does.
3,
The
like,
original Wing is it.
towards the
It
handle.
just-
It has right above the handle. It has 3 canister looking things. A
You
left
know,
side, a right
you
side, and a
guys have
top
made
one.
me get up and actually pull one of my model kits off the shelf. I hope you're happy about this. I'm actually
I am exceedingly
Yeah, you know what? I'm
happy.
grabbing my Wing. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
I-
it does have slight cartridges. You are correct.
It
But
does.
They could also be, they could be misinterpreted as charging chambers. But it's one of them things where we don't actually see it in function or reloading. That's the big thing. But
Yeah.
it's nothing to get twisted over. I mean, they look
Yeah.
good either way.
It does look
Buster
good.
rifle's a Buster
gonna
rifle, baby.
I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking about? The Twin Buster rifle. That does not have cartridges, right? That's the one that I'm
No.
thinking about. Yeah.
That's reactor fed. Also,
Yeah.
one question now that we're talking about the Wing's limited ammunition.
Yeah.
How the fuck is Hero reloading this?
That's a good question. He doesn't have
It's automatic.
canisters.
It rotates
there
like a
is-
revolver.
I can answer you this
No,
if you
no,
want
I mean,
a
like,
true
he's-
answer.
Go ahead, V.
Oh, right. The Buster cartridge on the model. So I'm gonna go after the model. I need to read more of this manga. It might have it in there. But on the model, it's actually held on the other arm in the shield, and there is actually 6 total reloads.
Oh, so it's
it
manual.
can feed itself from the shield and slam in fresh cartridges. That's how it's done on the model.
Oh.
Okay, no, but what I mean is, Hero has no support network. Where is he getting more of these?
God only knows, because they're basically just like Chernobyl.
I don't think he
reactors on
does.
shields.
Considering every other time he tries to blow this up, I don't think he's concerned about new ammo.
Yeah. After this, we kind of like, we see, obviously, it's the same in the anime. He fights Zex, he gets hit, and then he like tumbles into the ocean. The next kind of panels, we get to see kind of a glimpse of the other mobile suits. We see a little bit of the heavy arms here. Not
It
in
is
great.
just the Endless Waltz version, in heavy arms colors.
We don't see
Pretty much.
too much detail about it. It's just kind of like a little bit of a silhouette. But I promise you, we will see a much better version, and more deadlier version in the upcoming
the theme is
panels
too.
But yeah, we also see that. Then we get we see him firing his Gatling gun, and we see the Sandrock there, which I can't tell. Like, does it look a lot? It looks like the EW version.
It is
right?
the EW.
It is the EW
Yeah.
version, but to be fair, the EW didn't change it much.
Yeah,
No,
it's not
the
changed
Yeah.
terribly.
EW is,
I actually do kind of like that the Sandrock and Heavy Arms are just their EW versions because, yeah, no, that's what the customs were. They were some space verniers slapped onto the originals.
Yeah. It's basically the Endless Waltz version. Like, it has different colors, right?
Yeah,
the
Endless
custom-
Waltz Heavy Arms.
custom have different colors, and they get some different equipment, but
Yeah.
other than that, it hasn't
Yeah.
changed. It
Yeah.
doesn't need to.
Yeah.
It's a commander unit.
And all hail the Maganac.
I want
It's
a
also
Master
the
Grade
fact
Maganac.
that,
We want the Magnet.
the Sandrock. You'd know
We're
it had the
gonna
difference,
see a better close up of the Maganac later.
which will be delightful.
After kind of this, it goes back into the anime kind of thing where we see Hero. He's using a computer. He's trying to set off the self-destruct charge in the Wing Gundam, which is a recurring event.
Yeah,
Hero is the worst boyfriend.
That
Hero is the worst boyfriend.
he's the best worst boyfriend. So the Wing Gundam is still at the bottom of the ocean, and Oz is deployed its cancer units, which is trying to find it and recover it. So we see Zex, we see the cancer units, which I really want a kit of. They need to make.
High grade when.
We need
Also,
things.
not even just the cancer. Whatever the hell the other things are with the long arms.
Isn't this the cancer? This is the cancer unit.
No, the cancer's a crab.
No, it transforms.
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
That's its
Yeah,
transform
they've got a
mode.
subnautica
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah. It
I
transforms.
need one, and I need one that I can tear apart for a Tallgeese.
I just want an Ares. That's all. I love that design so much.
There's an
give us
abridged
nice
series
things.
called Operation Meteor. Interesting. Okay. I'll have to what? Is that like from the abridged guys who like? Do you guys know the abridged series for Gundam Wing?
Actually, I did not know that it existed.
I knew it existed, but I didn't think it was around anymore.
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
not
think it was
surprised
around.
It existed, but I didn't.
I've been watching Team 4 Stars, anything that they have abridged, but
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, in this, it's kind of like the same. They try and get the the wing out of the water, and that's kind of happening. But I think it's like in the same in the anime, right? Before they actually are able to get the wing out, the death site arrives, right?
Yeah.
And basically, Raffle stomps everything, and just kind of like
Rolls them.
basically, just rolls over them and like wins.
And they're like, how the fuck can
because
you do this?
Duo is a better pilot than Hero.
That and he's running around with beam weapons underwater.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
goes to show how freaking powerful that beam scythe is.
However, in Hero's defense, Zex was not directly tackling him into the ocean floor.
That's true.
Actually, when I saw the panel with the beam scythe working underwater, I was like, holy shit, that's evaporating so much water right
Yeah.
now. Oh god.
Yeah.
Duo contributes to climate change.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if
in
just
the-
stand there and keep it on, the ocean will disappear eventually.
Oh,
In the actual anime,
yeah,
they
I think
call out in shock that a beam weapon's working underwater. One of
Oh,
the
they say that
soldiers
there
was
too.
screaming it.
I also think what Medic was maybe referring to is there's two. There's the Cancer and the Pisces.
Oh right.
Yeah, that's
Isn't the
true.
Pisces the big one?
Oh, these are the Pisces, then, not the
I
Cancer.
think these are the Pisces, and the Cancer.
Yeah. I want
think
a
is the
Pisces.
one with
Oh.
the Pisces. The Cancer is the one with the crab arms.
Anime wasn't
Crab
very
people. Crab
People.
people.
and now I can't get the crab rave out of my head. Thank you.
Then we get basically after like Duo disarms the self-destruct of the Wing Gundam, we get a few panels of basically how Relena met Hero, and it's basically the same as it was in the anime. And we get our favorite kind of meme where he rips up the... Yeah, go ahead, Medic.
It's not the same as in the anime because they cut out a couple of key points. One, Hero laughing maniacally after he vaporized the two Aries.
Okay,
Two,
true.
Relena called a ambulance, and Hero beat the crap out of 3 medics and stole it.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's pretty much.
They are doing their best to make him look like less of a lunatic early on,
which they shouldn't do. That's some of the greatest moments in.
The
scene was so
when I was
crazy.
watching the anime again. Oh, hang on, they cut out some parts. Like Relena is barely in the opening scene above Earth because Hero was going to shoot down her shuttle.
Yes.
Yep, but
I do love the ambulance jacking. Yes, yeah, I
especially because he actually uses that damn ambulance later.
Yeah,
but
yeah. So I guess who was writing Endless Assaults kind of left out some key parts.
I think I don't know, maybe it's because it's just like not as important in the manga. I guess I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, Hero doesn't actually turn out to be that much of a maniac.
Right.
Yeah, no, I think that the writers of Wing just had no idea what they wanted the characters to be early on. Because, like, remember how Wu Fei, the guy who had the opportunity to kill Trace and then fails because of honor, bombed a barracks while they slept?
Oh, yeah.
And it's interesting because
like do that this time
with Relena and Hero in these like the panel and stuff. It was like a couple pages with like a bunch of like mosaic panels together. Like they wanted to just like skim over kind of like their meeting altogether. It wasn't like fleshed out like it was in the anime. Do you know what I mean? It was just like a whole bunch
and if you haven't seen the anime, it's confusing as shit.
This I did not understand what was happening in this scene except that somebody was getting shot and he was threatening to kill the girl because I haven't watched the anime.
Yeah,
I was like, what is this about exactly? There's a girl now.
She basically finds him like on the shore, like from the ocean, and like saves him basically. And like he's on a mission, so like no one can see his face, like no one can identify him. So
that's why he's like, I have to kill everybody.
I have to kill. Yeah. So he wants to
Hero
kill
is
her.
a spy.
Yeah,
he's a better spy than he is a mobile suit pilot.
That's true.
I mean, the whole parachute thing he pulls off is pretty great.
Oh, and then they threw in a random scene from fucking episode 0 of just Relena talking with Zex, which is the entire reason I then went to hunt down episode 0 to see what the fuck that was about.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Yeah,
one of the things that actually helped because recently I have watched Kakot's coverings of the episode 0 where he going over the different characters and stuff, and that kind of helped.
I'd recommend
the only one that's mostly fleshed out is Duo because I think the author likes Duo more.
I think Duo's just like
I don't blame him.
Duo's just awesome.
Yeah, the rest feel like they have a bunch of contrived coincidences. Duo's feels like a proper story.
Yeah.
But I feel like Hero is
feels weird.
Hero is like the true assassin type though. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
He's the true assassin type, which is ironic because his Gundam does not scream assassin type. It screams like I'm just gonna blow everything up with my massive like big dick cannon, you know, rifle.
Listen, if you wipe out a block, and you kill your target, that's an assassination.
True.
But you also have to remember as well with Wing Zero, I know the cannon is a big thing. I smile as I say yes, the cannon is a big thing. I love the Buster, the whole premise of it. But you've got to remember that Wing Zero is a very agile and capable hand-to-hand fighter as well. That unit pulls out a beam saber. You better have some level of competence to do hand-to-hand or run the hell away.
True.
Because it's going to cut you up.
Yeah.
Or, have the Epion.
Or
exactly.
Which we'll get to in a bit, actually, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Early on, they have Trace working on the Epion.
Yeah, I know. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So basically, kind of the events here are the same. where eventually Hero he pulls out a pistol on Relena, but Duo's there and he kind of intervenes and shoots Hero on the shoulder. And then Relena's like, no, don't shoot him. Or like, I was like, well, like, okay, this is confusing. And at this time, we kind of like see that it's kind of the same thing in the anime where he's getting hit the death sight to retrieve the wing. And as it's coming up from the water, Hero runs to like a pack of missiles or torpedoes, and he jumps on them to launch them at the wing and the death scythe, and tries to blow them up. And we get that kind of like that cool scene where it's like he flies off the missile and like is like falling, and as he's falling, he's like, mission accomplished, and closes his eyes and just like drops into the water face down, and like it's like
not accomplished.
Yeah, no, like that colored my early impression of Hero is just he wants the wing dead and is looking for any excuse to blow it up.
Yeah. He's just like.
I just say Duo is just perfect in this panel. It's very much WTF, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just who the hell was that?
But he's like, he knows the Gundanium's impact tolerance, like, which means he's that suit's pilot. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what they do? You're just goddamn cool, you know. But
Duo, goddamn cool.
Yeah, I just thought, you know, we see like the scene. I in that little panel to the right where we see Hero floating basically face down in the water is like that to be continued at the last episode of that in the anime. Yeah. It's just like floating in the water face down. I'm like, damn, dude. I thought that was pretty funny. I'm
just going to throw this out here now to be polite. Whoever's got the squeaky chair, get some oil or sit still. It's
not squeaky. The metal is tearing.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn.
Oh, my God.
Right, someone get the welding torch. We need to fix up a chair with some Gundanium.
Get some Gundanium. And then, like, after basically, you know, this goes down, he's like, I don't really remember this. Maybe you guys do, but he's like captured by like Major Sally in their group, and he's like held hostage.
I remember that.
You do? Okay.
And I'm sad that they cut out the best part of all of this. The fact that Hero's biometric data that they get from their analysis is the install instructions for Adobe Photoshop.
Really?
What? Is it really?
It is hilarious.
Yeah.
That went over my
in
head.
In the anime, it is?
It is.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That went over my head.
I don't remember that at all.
They had a sense of humor when we did this.
That's amazing. I love Wing even more now for that.
I mean, I like for the more concrete story than Seed and.
You know, that right there, that's what we call a nat 20 bluff check.
Damn.
Yeah. Hey, I rolled a natural 1. I wasn't even paying attention to it.
Though this does, like, after, like, basically what happens here is that Duo breaks out Hero, which I think is kind of like the same thing in the anime. They jump off the building, and Duo is prepared because he's got that little like helicopter umbrella or cane or whatever it is. And Hero's got a parachute.
Where did he get that?
I don't remember. Because
I don't think he ever uses it again.
No, he doesn't. But I think it's just this one thing, yeah. But Hero, when they jump out of like this like, you know, like building, they're like it's off a cliff. So they're falling, and, you know, Duo's got that little cane flying thing, and Hero has a parachute pack, but he's just like flying headfirst down, and like he's gonna die, and he doesn't want to use his parachute. But for some reason, Relena is there, and she screams like Hero, and for some reason that, you know, wakes up Hero or like gets him to open his parachute, where he tumbles down because it's like he's still going down really, really fast. So it's basically the same thing in the anime where he like collides with kind of like the cliff and like tumbles like 100 times down. And then he's back on the beach basically. And then he gets up like nothing. That, you know, cue the music, you know what I mean? And he just gets up and he's fine.
He's not fine. He broke his fucking leg.
Well, he gets up, but he acts fine. Yeah, he's made out of Gundanium. That's what.
He's walking it off. That's all.
Yeah, he's walking.
But I can't believe it's called Gundanium. I spent so much time for my own setting being like, okay, how can I make this metal I came up with not sound stupid? And I'm like, it's Gundanium. I don't care. I don't have time for that. I'm not paid enough.
Just call it Metalanium. There you go.
Well, in the original Gundam, they renamed Luna Titanium Gundarium.
Did they really? Oh my god.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
Oh my god.
But I mean, they said they renamed it. At least they didn't just pretend it.
Yeah, they named it after the Gundam, and this one, the Gundam is named after the metal.
But I just like with this though, like Hero, like he just like rolls down like
Titanium. Yeah, it's the worst one.
Damn cliff, and it's just like he just gets up. Like obviously he's hurt, and we'll see that in a bit, but. It's just like he gets up after rolling like, I don't know, 100 times. It's just like...
Also worth mentioning, they threw in some imagery of feathers in this chapter as well, which weren't there originally.
Oh, yeah, that's right, they did.
Yeah, because now the Wing Zero has those wings and feathers.
Beautiful. Beautiful imagery.
Well, the original wing already had some feather detailing in the wings, but it looked more mechanical.
Yeah, this is actually just fucking magic energy feather bullshit.
Magic feathers. Magic angel wing feathers.
Gotta have some kind of syncretism, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
So I can think of now is magic angel feathers. God damn it.
Basically, like after kind of hold this thing, we get to see like Troa, Quattro, and Wu Fei in some individual panels. Nothing like just kind of showing that they're at different locations doing their thing.
Troa and Quattro?
Troa, Quattro, and Wu Fei.
I came here to Quattro. Otherwise, there's someone running around who came here to laugh at you.
Wait, am I saying it wrong?
Yeah,
Quattro. Quattro.
Yeah, it's pronounced Quattro.
Oh,
yeah,
Quattro.
There's no O in it.
Oh my god. I've been saying it wrong the entire time. Quattro. Yeah, so you see Quattro, Wu Fei.
Not Quattro, not Audi Quattro. Yeah, that he's not got 4 rings on his Gundam. Calm down.
Yeah,
Quattro. Quattro.
Oh my god! My entire life,
Quattro winner.
My entire life, I've been calling him Quattro.
So this is funny.
No one has ever stepped.
No one's ever stepped in and be like, "You're wrong." They're like, "Ah, you know what? Just let him.
I've actually had the opposite problem.
Yeah.
Where the entire I had Quattro down, no problem. So when I that was my first one. So when I got to Zeta and I just see this guy that's Quattro Vagina. Like that's so for me. I was
reverse.
I was doing it reverse, where it was Quattro. For me, I didn't see Quattro because I saw
we
Quattro
all get
from
some names wrong.
Wing.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Wait, that's Quattro?
Yeah. In the next kind of panel, we see which I thought was like really interesting because I didn't remember this. I don't think they put it in the anime.
This was not.
See, this is the scientist that made the Death Scythe, right?
No.
This is
another scientist. I don't remember this guy.
That's Howard.
Is that Howard?
I thought.
Yeah, that's Howard.
Which one's who made? Which one did Howard make?
He didn't make any of them. He worked on the Wing Zero. He worked on the Tall Geese, and now he's chilling on Earth in a Hawaiian shirt and glasses.
Yeah,
he's the Master Roshi.
He was not part of Operation Meteor. He just kind of hung out with Duo afterward, and then started hanging out with Zex.
Okay.
He's also getting ahead. He's also the one that's piloted. That's he's like in Peacemillion, I think he's part like a captain of or something, or he's part of that crew.
Okay.
Like way later down the line. Yeah, he's just not
kind of like, what he's had his hands into everything, like a little bit here and there.
More or less, yeah.
Okay.
He's kind of like the Gundam version of LaForge from Star Trek. He's just an engineer that's got his hands in everything.
I actually like this panel because at first I thought this was Zex, but then I saw the eyebrows and I'm like, no, that's Treize.
That's true. Yeah, it's definitely Treize.
That's Treize.
That's Treize. You just can't tell because he's not introducing himself by flaunting his wealth.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's kind of our first like depiction of the Tall Geese, and yeah, it's obviously really old compared to the Gundams because it's like a flashback. So I thought that was pretty cool. That was pretty neat.
Treize is kind of giving me McGillis vibes here, just in the sense of looks at this white mobile suit. I'm going to pilot that one day.
Yeah.
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 Now I'm thinking about it, yeah.
But Tall Geese.
Yeah,
I've always found it odd that the Tallgeese is seeing its own head.
Whatever. It's how they draw it. I don't know.
I want to know why.
Why isn't it on the actual Tallgeese? Why is he holding it? I don't know.
Did it behead another Tallgeese and then this is just all that's left of any Tallgeese? Okay. I know there's only one Tallgeese. So why is it
there's
Did it think it was a headmaster from Transformers? Did it just rip off its own head thinking it'll transform?
There are two Tallgeese, just that one of them got trashed in episode 0 and was piloted by Wu Fei's wife.
Oh right.
God.
I forgot about that.
But this is based on more of a medieval vibe where knights are old. We're talking literally like 1600s.
Yeah.
Knights would remove their helmet and they would hold it at their side as a sign of honor.
Oh right, yeah.
Look, I honestly
honor is what the Tallgeese is doing.
That's probably
ripped
what
off
it
its
is.
own head.
It doesn't have a helmet.
Ripped off. It just looks like it connected.
It does have a helmet. It's just that it looks like a Leo underneath.
There you go.
It ripped off its head.
The interesting thing that it's actually Trez is when he asks for that favor in the next panel, it's he basically wants it in majestic colors. That kind of shows his personality. He's I need it in the most elegant and majestic
you
colors.
You should be
please.
more elegant, Tallgeese.
Yeah. So I thought that was
Bitch, white is already the most elegant color. Get out of here.
I think he means maybe a nice.
It can be more white.
Not neon pink. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Don't tempt the creators.
And
Don't
we get
them.
a little
neon pink. Nothing wrong with that.
We get a little blurb here, just kind of explaining a little bit. We have Colonial Trez Kushonada. He's the founder of
that stupid pose.
I love that pose. He's the founder of the Specials, which come on, find a better name than of the Specials. Really, come on, really.
Special
the
forces?
badasses.
They're the Specials. Okay, why? Because they're special. Okay, thanks.
It's because we have Zach's motherfucking marquee.
So then it basically just says he's also an official of the mysterious Rockefeller Foundation, financially backed by royalty and aristocrats who place importance on tradition. With the strong backing, Trez has focused the development of mobile suits. And we get another thing. The Specials, the special mobile troops known as the Specials, made great progress within the military of the United Earth Sphere Alliance in the expansion of armaments. They are a complete unit that not only supplies mobile suits to the Alliance, but also started instructing the Combat Array Corps, earning them the right to act independently anytime at the battle they wish. The reputation on the battlefield is excellent. Okay, we get it. They're like Spec Ops, basically. And they can just kind of do it whatever they want, whenever they want. And
so they're not even Spec Ops. They're just Spectres from Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would say that, yeah.
Londo Bell.
They're basically...
they're basically...
They want to start dancing in the middle of a war zone? They can fucking do that, and no one can call them out on it.
They can just do that. So, there's also, I forgot, we have our first shot of Lieutenant Noin.
Yeah.
Yes.
I find that really
cool. Which I'm convinced Noin is the best pilot in the series, and the only reason she's not more powerful is that she never got anything better than a Taurus.
I disagree, and to take the words from Wu Fei, she's a woman.
I will fight you.
Look,
I already have a laundry list of reasons to fight you.
Excuse me. I have Marita Cruz and a bunch of other Gundam pilots want to say hello.
Karen Joshua, for one.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the IRL episode where Medica and Aya face off in a boxing ring. Let's go, episode 50 or something. That's what we're doing.
Oh my
god. Gundam Evolution right now.
People, literally.
Let's not forget with Noin, she successfully piloted an Ares and didn't die immediately.
Oh yeah.
She was
plot armor.
She managed to pilot an Ares and not get killed.
She's legit great in this series.
Yeah, she is great. She's probably one of the best characters
for a woman.
She does.
Oh my god!
I'm kidding. I'm channeling Wu Fei. I'm sorry.
Stop channeling the worst character.
In the next kind of like panel, we get the present shot of the tall geese, and we get Zex, and it's like we get it, Zex. You're gonna be piloting this thing, it's just like it's an old prototype suit, but it's like the only thing they have that's gonna be able to fight the Gundams. And one of the next panel we see here is, which I'm really sad about and excited about at the same time. It's because we see this massive ass huge like beam blast from a rifle, and it looks
like it's on a tank.
It looks like it's on a tank, exactly. And it's the heavy arms, but we don't get a kit where that comes with it. And I'm like, what the hell? What the hell, man?
Who the heavy beam weapons?
Yeah, sacrilege. Wait, no. Well, I mean, heavy arms basically in the
heavy
anime
arms is heavy weapons.
Is beam Gatling guns, right?
I don't believe that, no matter what they're called.
Okay. Well, you're wrong.
That's fine. The entire thing about them is that if they lose ammo, their weight changes, and Troy uses that.
Look, in the anime series, he's using beam Gatling guns. In the movie, he's using actual ammo. Deal with it.
It's so weird. We don't want to go into it. We went on a debate like on the last time we saw it when I had my kits up, and it's like even I will sit there and say, just call them projectile and enjoy the fact that it sprays bullets and goes daka daka.
Yeah.
There, everyone's happy then.
This is probably one of my favorite panels so far in Volume 1. It's the classic, it's a Gundam!
It's a Gundam!
I think the best one about this, because of the apostrophe, you could interpret it's a gun. Damn.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. Did they say that in some of like the voiceovers in the English? It's like, it's a Gundam!
I don't think I heard it.
You need to pilot Gundam.
Yeah, I was like,
I think I heard that original
question than the making.
Maybe it was like the original series. Maybe it was the original series that they dubbed. Yeah,
it was the original series that
where Bright was mysteriously British.
Yep.
It added character.
All of a sudden, I'm British. Allow me to smack you very hard upside the head, you little twat.
I'm gonna.
Not even my own father hit me. Well, he should have.
Well, he didn't hit Amuro because he was over there.
Yeah, the It's a Gundam. I remember it. You guys had Toonami. I had YTV because it was like Canadian, but
I never got it.
And on YTV, I think it was like very similar promos where they showed you the promo of Gundam Wing, but like every like 5 seconds, it's a Gundam. Whoa, it's a Gundam. Like every 5 seconds in the damn promos. But
I'm gonna have to look this up because I've never seen
for Toonami. That's what they would play that line when Tom was announcing that the episode was about.
I wish I had Toonami. I'm from
how many times they said that? It doesn't surprise me.
Previous.
Yeah. It's great because it's the same thing in the Canadian version of YTV. They did the same thing. It's great, and you can find them on YouTube if you're wondering.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and do that.
When we after all this, we get into like the last chapter of Volume 1, and I was like really shocked that they would even show this so early on, but I'm glad they did. And it's basically Trez being like, we need Gundanium alloy because we need to make the goddamn Epion. And like the schematics are right there, and it's got the Epion system. It looks amazing. It's just like a line art, but oh my god, like so early
Epion
on.
Epion is another one that Katoki barely touched. He just touched it up.
That's because it's fucking Gundam Epion.
It's Epion, man.
It doesn't need anything to be touched up.
It literally doesn't need anything else.
He's on
it
his
is
laptop.
sword, and it is more sword.
It's great. It's I'm just like I was like, I don't know if you guys were shocked, but I was shocked that they would show it because like what in the anime, like they didn't show it off till like way later, right? Like, near the end.
It kind of
in the operation
rules the
really at the end.
It was really at the end. And this is just like bam, Volume 1. And we got like 14 volumes. And it's like, here we go. So I thought that was pretty cool. Not only do we see Epion, we also see the Tall Geese 2 and the Tall Geese 3.
That's my baby, the Tall Geese 3.
Damn, dude. Damn. I thought that was
Trey's is anime Batman in the sense he plans for everything.
He does.
And also he's rich as fuck.
And he takes his bath outside in a Mount Olympus style kind of bath, So he's just great.
Yeah, no, literally you watch the anime every time Trace is on screen, he is flaunting his wealth.
Yes.
He's yes, I have infinite money.
Bruce Wayne. He's Bruce Wayne.
There's one thing I liked in the upcoming panels is that when Wu Fei refers to his Gundam, he calls it the Nataku. Do you guys think they in the anime they should have just kept the name Nataku and not switch it from Shenlong to Ultron to then the movie Nataku? What do you guys think?
So in the
Nataku's the nickname.
Yeah, it's the nickname he gives to all his Gundams because that's the name of his wife.
It's like how fucking Elzan von Braunstein, any machine he in, this is now Trombe.
Are you serious? It's only the nickname?
Yeah, it's the nickname.
Yeah, no, it's the nickname of his dead wife. Read episode 0.
Oh my god.
It's the Shenlong and the Ultron, and then the Ultron custom. But to him, they're all just Nataku because they're strong like his wife. And to him, no other woman is like his wife.
Oh my god.
So he simps for one woman.
I gotta cover
everyone else.
I gotta cover episode 0 here. What the hell? Okay. I just rather he should have just named the mobile suit Nataku. Just not enough.
He didn't name the mobile suit. The professor did.
But it's his. Just you know what? Fine.
Oh no, I agree.
Fine,
I agree. He should have gotten to name it, and he should have kept it.
The Gundam Nataku.
Yeah, Nataku 1, Nataku 2, Nataku Custom.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
I like it.
No, I agree. It's just, that's just what he's been calling it. It's like what's his face from IBO calling everything the Ryusei Go.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's that
the Ryusei.
This time not being a weeb.
Yeah, paint a pic. Yeah, exactly. After this, there's a couple panels, and we see that in the meantime, Wing Gundam and the Death Sight are doing repairs. Mostly it's the Wing. And they get basically a new mission, and it informs them that Oz has or is looking for a Gundanium alloy, and they need to intervene. And that is when we get probably one of my favorite kind of like panels of the heavy arms, and it just looks so freaking badass.
I hate those shoulders.
I love it, dude. It's amazing.
I feel like what made the heavy arms work was that it looked like a standard mobile suit frame, and then it just fucking unfolds. And this ruins that for me.
It's just an attachment. That's all it is. It's just an attachment, for more.
Well, it's a crappy attachment that it didn't need.
Oh, I love it. Well, no, it did need it. It needed more ammo.
I personally just don't care for that version of the Gatling gun. I like the shield Gatling from the anime the best.
Also,
that's why that's the only reason I have no interest in getting the kit for it.
I think I like both versions. I like the original simply for its simplicity, but I like the Katoki design because just gun.
Damn gun.
Also, I hate the treads.
In this,
I don't like the tread.
In this though, like we the difference is though in the animated this, besides like how it looks, the gun and stuff, this is actually shooting like live rounds compared to the beam Gatling, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It is belt fed.
Yeah,
because I think Katoki was also like just this thing is not a beam gun. This is just a freaking minigun. This is just a minigun, guys.
Yeah,
and no one called them out on it.
But the weird thing is as well, on the kit for a comparison to what you see there, the kit does have the shield still. It's not built to the Gatling gun. It's a detachable shield.
Oh, okay.
It's really weird because it can still have a shield option. It's just not the Gatler's not built to it. So if it drops the Gatler, it can pick up the shield, Whereas in the original, if it drops the Gatler, it drops the shield as well.
I'm just a sucker for shield Gatlings. Like
it's great.
The custom kind of like I love that stuff.
Like
so.
the really good thing I love about the iGel is that over half of that equipment there, if not more, is detachable. It will drop when it's not needed. So it really is a good design in the way that you can blow all your ammunition out, drop the pods, and then you've got what's left on the body, which is then increased agility, maneuvering, and everything.
So maybe Troll actually
just drive a scope dog.
So maybe Troll actually had a similar idea. Like, I don't need this much crap. I'm gonna get rid of all of it at once.
Yeah, it's literally like initial opening volley is just blow all the main pods and everything, cause mass destruction, and then
I hope we don't
finish them off with the main weapon, because that's Troll's style.
I will say I dislike that he lacks the army knife.
Isn't it still built into the arm?
I thought it was still
the
built
army
in.
knife is still built into the right forearm. It's
really
still there. It is still built.
Yeah, I know the show it very well.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I could swear I saw it in there. Yeah, in the there's a panel when he ditches all the missile pods later on. You can see he still has the
knife.
The army
knife.
Yeah. The only time that the army knife or combat knife, the big knife on the shoulder and not shoulder on the forearm is dropped, is for the custom. That's the only time. The heavy arms and the heavy arms iGel, they have got the exact same main body build. So that combat knife is still in the right forearm.
This is in this panel right here is the ultimate weakness of the heavy arms, is that he runs out of ammunition. Basically, is kind of like the major weakness. But I feel like in the anime he didn't run out of ammo because of the beam Gatlings, right?
No, he ran out of ammo. And that's why I thought it was physical, because what the hell?
Not in the anime.
Yeah, he did run out of ammo.
He does run out of ammo, yeah.
He runs out of ammo pretty often in the anime.
Really? Yeah. In his Gatling as well?
Yeah.
So then how the hell?
Not actually beam.
It's not because it's not beam.
This is where the confusion comes from.
I think that was a mistranslation from the I think that's a mistranslation from the anime.
It may not have even been a mistranslation, because we're talking like 90s, in the 90s when anime came over to America, the violence tolerance, they had like, I don't know if you guys remember like the old 1990s like Spider-Man cartoon where nobody could shoot guns, they just shoot lasers.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense, because
with
they had to do
Superman
that.
Cartoons.
They had to do the same kind of thing.
So then it's like crazy censored then, right?
Yeah, I think they might have just said it was. That's me just conjecturing. I think it might have just been they said it was a beam Gatling, so that way they could be like, no, this isn't bullets, guys. These are
okay. Well, then that makes a lot of sense.
He's shooting a bunch of missiles.
Yeah,
that makes a lot more sense to me.
They're beam missiles.
Okay. Well,
but there is also not something that's in this. It might come later in the manga, but on the model again, I know I'm pointing to the model a lot, but on the model, it does actually carry a belt-fed drum on the back for an absolute shit ton load more ammunition. So it could be in this first, chapter, it simply doesn't have the ammo drum, because that ammo drum can hold 10 times the ammunition.
It's there.
We saw the belt.
We did.
That's a weird thing.
Yeah, it's in the panel where they reveal him, the little side panel there. You can see the drum in the back.
Yeah,
Trevor just burns through ammo like a motherfucker.
It might just be different views of how to do things.
And
the drum's supposed to extend it by lots.
Then we get basically.
In fairness, we don't know how long he's been there shooting things.
Exactly. Yeah, it could be he could be unloading everything for 2 minutes for all we know.
It's just like he needs to shoot down things as fast as possible, right? Like, I mean, because then if
shoots down missils, Leos, Ares,
everything. So it's great. Though again, like the only weakness is you run out. You have finite ammo, and then you got to use your Swiss Army knife arm. Wow.
Yep.
But thankfully, Katra comes to save the day with his minion army. And
they're a Maganac corpse, and you will show them some goddamn respect.
Hey,
yeah.
Are you able to go back one page? Because there's actually something really cool about the Maganacs that I don't think that I think is a difference from the anime to the manga.
The commander unit.
Let me go find the image. Hold on, because I have this.
Here I can link it in the Discord real quick.
I got it.
Okay.
Is it this one right here?
Well, we're calibrating.
Yes. So, because in the anime with the Maganox, if I remember correctly, I don't think there's any variations. They were all
No, I think there's 4.
There's 4.
There definitely wasn't this guy on the left here, though.
No,
for sure.
I don't remember him on the left.
I remember.
And I just thought
I'm
that
sure
was
canonically the Maganax are supposed to all be slight difference. It's just that they didn't draw it.
Yeah, and this is, and I remember reading this for the first time. Like, are these all? These aren't all Maganax.
They look so cool.
They do.
I like that commander unit. I want it. This is why I want a master grade Maganac.
You do it, right?
Like, I genuinely debated buying the 36 pack.
Yeah, Medic. So Medic sent me like the pick of the high grade box of all 30, the 36 combo pack basically, and I didn't
36, and then other P-Band releases for the remaining 4 commander customs.
Yeah, I didn't really see too much of like customization though for them, but not like this.
No, they have plenty of customizable parts in the HG kit.
Oh, they do.
Yep,
but not like these though. Like you don't get to build like these ones.
I mean, those might be those might be the commander variants, but I know that the ones in the kits will have a ton of different shoulder armor variations.
Yeah,
and weapons.
If they're attachments, they're P-Bandai. But saying that, I love all you guys, but I've just got to deal with some real life stuff, so I'm gonna have to duck out now.
All right, take care.
Stay safe.
See you, V.
But so basically, Katra and the Magna Corp basically come and save the day, and they help out. They help out Troa, bail him out, and he seems all right. And that basically ends the chapter, ends the volume.
Yeah, it
1.
basically covers like the first 3 episodes of the original anime.
The one thing is, he looks like the Sandrock here looks hella bulky.
That's the it's because there's a P-Bandai variant for this. It's the Armadillo unit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a I guess a prototype of like the cape thing he wore.
Yeah, it's like an extra armor that he has.
It looks like it's mostly made of Maganax shields, right?
It does. Yeah, it does look like
actually makes sense. It wouldn't be a prototype of the beam mantle.
It looks cool though. It looks like, God damn,
awesome.
It's huge. It looks huge.
Yeah,
but they come to save the day, and that's basically the end of the first volume. Would you guys overall think, did you think it was...
They really should have done a better job explaining how Relena met Hero.
Yeah, that one, the only criticism I have for it. I think they go over it in the next volume, but you gotta do that in the first volume to say, hey, this is how Hero and Relena met, and this is why he's threatening to kill her.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the episode, you have no idea what's happening.
This definitely feels more like... It's definitely more like for people who have watched the anime, which, on one hand, that's great. We're getting better content than the original. But if you haven't seen the anime, then you're kind of fucked because you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I just wish they, like you guys said, explained a bit more, went into the relationship a bit more, how they met. Because to me, in the panel where he's head first diving down when they escape the massive building on the cliff there, and then she calls his name, it's okay, why is this so significant for him that he no longer wants to die, and he uses his parachute? There was no connection for me there if I had just read the manga alone, right? It wouldn't make sense to me, why he would all of a sudden be motivated to throw his parachute out. But that's kind of my criticism.
I will say, in the anime, I did not see as much of a correlation between the two, even though there was clearly meant to be one between her calling his name and him opening the parachute. When I first watched it, was just oh, now he feels it's time to live, or at least give himself plausible deniability.
Right.
Yeah.
Episode 0. And Relena's part of the chapter. Apparently there was a boy that looked like Hero. It could have been Hero, but that's when they met, and this is probably why the author felt like they didn't need to do that, because technically they already did it. Which was
was it Hero? Was it Hero?
I don't know. I don't know.
The manga says there's no records of him on Earth prior to Operation Meteor. And like, I think ultimately it doesn't matter if it was Hero or not. The point is, Relena regrets not reaching out to this boy when she had the chance, which is why she's so eager to reach out to Hero when she meets him.
Yeah,
because even if it's not the same kid, she doesn't want to let that chance pass her by again. She wants to know people,
which is all great and fine and all, but
cringe.
Yeah, cringe. Yeah, cringe.
Really
but look, you can't fault her for actually being what it seems like a genuinely good character, like a good person, right? Like,
yeah, I can't fault her for that.
She's like the opposite of Trace. She's rich as fuck, but she doesn't really flaunt it. She wants everyone to be, participating and, everyone come together with big hugs and, so that, it's fine.
And at the same time, she has nerves of fucking steel and does not fear death.
Yeah.
I will say, as a supporting character, she's probably one of the better ones. It's just her English voice actor made me hate her because she sounds so bored sometimes, and the way that she's drawn, she looks like she's going to punch you in the face like almost all the time.
They should have given her better eyebrows.
Yeah,
but they wasted that on somebody else later on, but we won't talk about it later.
We will talk about Chief Crazy when we get to her.
Yeah, I just thought of her. I'm just like,
other than that,
from a different universe.
Yeah, other than that criticism, I enjoyed reading the first volume. I liked it. I really liked that they showed Epion like right off the bat, like in terms of the schematics. I was like, God damn, it's gonna happen soon. Like, I don't have to wait like seven volumes to see Epion in action potentially. I don't know yet, but we'll see. But
I mean, the Talgis 3 was shown. We're gonna be waiting.
With this, I like to. Like in the original anime, at least from my memory of it, Oz didn't feel like alive. It felt like just the generic big bad guy organization. Felt like Oz felt more alive in Glory of the Losers.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
and I like they told you right off the bat like what is actually happening and what's going on, like why Operation Meteor is happening. So I like that.
Yeah.
Managed to free up an extra 15 minutes, so I'll come back and jam with you guys.
Okay.
Nice.
We just wanted to see what your opinion was on the volume 1 overall.
The overall opinion, really good. I love the touch-ups. They're what they needed. Like, I wish we could get a revamp of the anime with these touch-ups.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as the custom is my favorite, I do have a lot of love for the Argel Heavy Arms because it fills in gaps where the original anime Heavy Arms left. Like you mentioned it before with the Gatler, is it laser, is it projectile? And it carries the shoulder pods I don't go for. That's not my jam, but the rest of it I adore. So
Okay.
Like, and the actual storyline, you see the blueprints, you see all kinds. It makes me wish there was a revamp of the anime.
Yeah.
I would sit there and actually watch it based on the manga. I would watch a revamp based on the manga.
And sorry, I cut you off there. I see. What did you want to say?
No, I thought I said it all.
You good? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
I'm
with V though. Like, I do think they should definitely remake this show at some point.
Yeah, into more of the
remake from the manga.
Yeah,
Gundam Wing, the origin.
Yeah.
Oh no, please! But they shouldn't. Do you guys think they should include
of the lightning count?
Kill me.
Should they include episode 0?
Yes.
Yeah.
They should.
It was supposed to be in. They just didn't have time.
Okay.
Also, it explains a lot more. At least for Duo and Duo and Relena felt like the more fleshed out.
Like you read
characters.
episode 0 and it becomes clear this is shit that was always intended to be in the story.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't read it. I did not read episode 0, so I'll take your word for it. I wish I
watched
read
the
it,
summary.
You did? Okay.
I
read it, but the scans online are terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, so watch Kakarot 197s. He covers each character's backstory from episode 0.
Okay. All right.
And again, Duos is the most fleshed out and realistic one.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, Hero just feels like a series of contrivances. Did you know that he shot Trays when he was like 8?
Hero?
I somehow managed to block that from my memory because I got so confused with Hero's backstory. Because
and then it led to Mary Marie being conceived. Maybe at the very least, an excuse for when she could have been.
I remember because didn't Hero's real dad he was an assassin and he failed and. It was all this weird.
He was
stuff.
the assassin who killed the original Hero U, and then he got killed by Hero U's right-hand man.
Yeah.
And while taking one last job. And he may or may not have been Hero's biological father.
Whatever.
So I guess Hero taking on that code name makes a little bit of sense. He probably feels a little bit of irony.
Whenever you guys hear,
I don't think Hero knew about that.
Whenever you guys hear, it's one last job. It's always going to end badly.
You're going to die. Yeah, it's you're going to die. Don't take the last job.
Don't take the last job.
Do one last job. It's no, do not take this job. It's not going to go well.
Oh,
everybody's going to be dead at the end of this. Yeah. Stop. Do not sign the contract.
Yeah. So for volume 1, out of 10, stars, I'm gonna give it about a 7. 7 stars. What do you guys?
I'd also say
think?
about 7.
7.
I'm gonna say a 6 because I was just confused till I read it a second time and you guys explained stuff because half the time I was okay, stuff blowing up, but I don't know why.
It must be an EU thing.
I just didn't watch I didn't watch the anime, so I'm going into this. I have no idea who's who.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding about the EU thing. I'm just making fun of you. Anyways, go ahead, V. What do you think?
As a connoisseur of the Gundam Wing and being an old fogey with some grey hairs and a beard, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I actually give it a full 10/10 because when I read through it and I compare it to what I watched as a teenager, I'm 37 now. We're talking about 13 years old,
Damn.
It brought back a lot of, this show is just good. And the manga is just a +1 on the show.
Okay.
So that's why I sit there and go, if they revamped it based on this manga, or even just did their own version, we joked earlier of Origins version, I would sit there and watch it. I would buy that. I would do everything to get my hands on that, definitely. But I'm giving it a full 10/10 based on my childhood.
Okay.
It hits me on the heart.
I'm kind of stuck between 6 and 7 because I agree with Locus. 6 because if you didn't watch Gundam Wing, you have no idea what's going on with anything outside of direct combat.
Yep.
But 7 because they added in so much more for Oz.
Yeah.
I'm kind of I think I'm gonna stick with a 7 just to give it the benefit of the doubt with that. But it is a problem for there's no way a new person can get into Glory of the Losers. You have to have watched Gundam Wing basically to enjoy everything about it.
I'd say does make it fail in terms of updating, just because I'd argue the point of an update is to make it gel better with a modern audience, let new people get into it.
Right.
And you can't do that with Glory of the Losers.
It is more for people like me, like Allegedly described it. Grew up with it, had it in their childhood. So
I'm very glad I started rewatching. Well, not really rewatch. Watching Gundam Wing with my roommate a few months ago, because otherwise, yes, I would be lost.
Mm-hmm.
Kai?
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna have to go between 6 and 7 again, 6.5.
Okay.
Again, when I was went in to read it again because I've been wanting to read this forever. Because as a fan of Gundam Wing in general, I will admit I did get a little lost because I was I don't remember how the anime went, so I had to watch it again. So I checked to what point the manga ended at volume 1, and it was basically just the when Catra and Troll are fighting. So I watched to episode 3, and I was like, "Wow, the manga kind of left out a lot."
Yeah,
considering it actually added a lot more things to Oz. It flushed out Trays, which I actually appreciate because I like Trays as a villain. As
Trays is the man McGillis wishes he could be.
Oh yes, definitely. He's I mean, yeah, he's planning everything, but he also plans ahead for the possible what if scenarios.
Oh,
but from the beginning, he had this idea to build like the ultimate mobile suit, his own Gundam, like based, I think, off of the stories and his own, honorable sensibilities.
I will throw this out there. Sorry, were you still going? Sorry.
I'll that's the last bit. I think Trey's definitely just in Volume 1 has been more fleshed out for me and has once again taken my favorite spot as Gundam antagonist.
He doesn't get the recognition he deserves, I feel.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, like this is a man who everything I've seen, he's opulent as fuck, and at the same time, he is planning circles around everyone. Like at this point, I describe him and Prospero meeting up to play chess on the weekends.
Oh yeah,
I could definitely see that. There's apparently there are like there's like a comic book series for Gundam Wing called Blind Zero comic. There's a CD drama of Blind Target. There's another manga that I don't know, maybe we should read after all this, but I know it's terrible. It's Frozen Teardrop.
So it's not just me.
It's Frozen Teardrop, which is apparently like god awful. But
everything I've read about its premise is terrible.
Which might actually be a fun. It might
look at it then, isn't it?
Which you know what? Maybe we'll do it after we finish.
I just want to see the Nicholas.
I know it's on the Blu-rays. He's in motion comic format, so I'll probably check it out there. Maybe stream it to the server if I can. Yeah, no, because like we're not getting through Frozen Teardrop without mocking the hell out of it.
Oh yes,
it'll probably be the one that breaks me. Even I'll be like, I can't 10-10 this. What the fuck have I just watched?
You won't be able to 5-10 that. Forget about 10-10.
I have no idea what it is, but from what you're talking about, it sounds super trashy.
Yeah. It's
okay.
We'll
no. I want to watch it. I want to watch it so we can all roast it together and be like, this sucks.
We'll get to it. All right.
I will do what I can about getting my hands on the Blu-ray.
From
perfect.
Yeah.
Moving on to our next segment is there's been a couple new releases of basically pictures of the upcoming kits that we're going to be seeing. And this one is, I believe, is the Schwartz Gundam, right? Schwartz?
Yeah, Schwartzetta.
Yeah, it's almost definitely going to be piloted by Bob Bagina.
No, are we sure?
No, most people are saying it's Lada. Brother.
Yeah,
it's going to be Lada, which makes sense because how would how would Bob get it if it's not in charge of the Turk? If this is like their most cutting edge thing.
Yeah,
and he doesn't
I don't
know
know.
about it.
Don.
I mean, I assumed it was made out of Vim's Dylanza.
No.
There's
no way.
I will say, as a photographer, this shot sucks.
Yeah,
it is bad.
Generally, it's so blurry and gross, and it's whoever is.
This is a little bit better.
Again, it's embarrassing yourself.
I don't know who it is, but whoever was complaining about the shot, you're breaking up really bad.
Oh, that's how bad the shot is.
The shot
is so bad.
Because most of these times these are posed like by
very epic, wide.
But this one is like standing so stiff.
I think it's because
I want this because of how bad it looks.
I think it's because it has serious weight issues.
I was about to say it looks like it already looks like it's struggling to hold it, which makes
that blade looks thick.
Yeah,
it seems to have the same problem as the. It seems to have the same problem as the Barbatos, normal Barbatos high grade with the big club, where if you pose it any way that's not him holding it over the shoulder, he will just fall over.
Yeah,
he can't do anything. He will fall over every time.
Yeah. What if you bury the mace in another mobile suit?
Yeah, well, that works, but if you want to pose him solo, it's like, you fell over again.
So for that, I have the high-grade Lupus Rex posed holding it, but what you got to do is you just got to hold the arms. You got to make the other arm super out and in the opposite direction, and it'll counterbalance it.
Yeah.
That sounds ridiculous.
I'm really hoping that doesn't have polycaps in it because the way that shoulder is drooping, it's giving me polycap vibes. I really hope this doesn't have.
Yeah, no, like no other G-Witch kit I've seen has polycaps.
I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is that the sword is literally the size and the thickness of the mobile suit itself.
Yeah, look at that. It's massive.
It is
you guys think it opens
again,
up?
I've posed items with, they're just plastic on plastic. They can hold stuff that size. So again, I just gotta say, Ever was in charge of posing this for the display.
He failed.
Did not care.
Bob failed.
This looks like American Toy Fair levels of lack of care.
I don't.
Yeah. Especially next to all the other stuff.
Is what I'm looking at right now.
And then, like, the worst thing is, all the other poses and the dioramas that I've seen are great. And this one is just like, why?
I don't like this at all. Like I don't like the look of the suit and the color scheme. I forget about the poses. Forget about the poses. I just don't like it.
I actually like it, but again, like the pictures and the posing just kill it for me. Like it's like
I honestly think I think the white should be replaced with like just the black. I think if the white was black, it would look great, but with the white and then the weird like it should be like the pinkish.
No. Why the hell?
I do need to drop off now, guys.
All right, take care of you.
Okay, have a great later.
Why the hell is it not red?
True.
Because it's not piloted.
I want it just to put it red now.
Because we already had that in the Dari Ball Day.
Yeah, we already have the Dari Ball Day.
But we had Gundam,
bring it
guys.
Back.
I think the only thing I really don't like, I'll just see it in the. I'll just see how it is. Maybe in the show will change my mind.
Let's see.
Yeah, the show.
I don't like the sword.
The show changed my mind for the show changed my mind for a few of the things.
I'm assuming that
Ariel.
I'm assuming the sword's gonna like get a beam coat similar to the fucking anti-ship swords from Seed.
Or maybe it opens up and extends that we just haven't. They've been surprised waiting for that to be like a big reveal.
Maybe like a massive beam effect part.
I have the biggest dick.
Excalibur.
I was about to say it looks like the Dragon Slayer from Berserk.
Oh yeah.
He just holds.
I think that's what I want. I want it for its sword.
It better have like a big ass backpack to like a big shield, like I'm not shield boost, booster boost. Like it needs to be fast. You know what I mean?
This actually reminds me of something. I know that there's a UC mobile suit that can only operate in space because of how big its damn sword is.
No idea.
And I can see that being the case here.
The only thing I know is that the GOG can't leave the water for longer than 3 hours or it will explode.
Oh god, that's cool.
That's most of Xeon's aquatic mobile suits.
That's bad.
What do you guys think of?
It's because of the beam weapons in the torso. They're too hot.
What do you guys think of the choo-choo train demi train getting an upgrade? What do you guys think of this?
It has to be an upgrade because I love this. I'm gonna take this and paint it orange like I did with my choo-choo's demi trainer after customizing the shit out of it.
Yeah. It looks awesome.
I love the side boosters and the legs.
Yes,
I think this actually ties in pretty well to some of the lore or in the regular Demi Trainer custom, just because it's like, it's what hit and run strikes, but that doesn't quite gel with Choo Choo's fighting style.
The feet. The funny thing is, I can tell that part of the boosters is the same. The feet and the main legs and the hips are the exact same.
Oh, they are the exact same.
Yeah, the hips and the upper leg and the feet are the exact same parts. And I have it standing right there. Go ahead.
Is there a shot of the backpack?
I do not have the shot of the backpack. There's no photos for that.
Yeah, I do from some other promotion pics that the backpack is just a normal demi chair.
Yep.
Okay.
It's great.
Like it's just strapped to the back, maybe Yoda style. Or just Yoda style.
It looks good. It looks good.
It has like a very MacGyver feel. Like this was like not necessarily planned to do this. They kind of just like, we need to upgrade this somehow. What do we got?
And they just slap everything together that they can find. Yeah, basically, I love it.
That sounds about Earth House.
Yep.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Medic. You're absolutely right.
I love it.
I like the head. I like the head piece.
I like
the head.
I like that the torso is just a normal torso, but then there's like an extra armor panel. If you took away that armor panel between the white and the bright like green thing, you would probably just see the normal torso.
Yeah.
It's like it's just slapped on. It's like, okay, we have an extra armor piece. Let's go.
It's like
Okay,
it's
I really
like the
want it.
Gundam Alex with armor, but it's not a Gundam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The same little hard point looking things.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I like those too.
I'm just saying, Choo Choo Gundam when.
Yeah.
It looks great.
This is what
Choo-Choo needs
this
a
is what
Gundam.
you get. This is what you get.
Nope, never mind. I was about to say maybe she gets the Schwartz, but nope. She's a sniper.
Nah.
She needs a sniper unit.
Wait, this guy has like a little gun over his shoulder.
Oh, I didn't see that.
What do you
I
guys
need
think?
him. I need him right now. Like, give me 5 of them. Thank you.
I do like shoulder cannons.
Yeah, what do you
Yeah,
guys
but
think?
I gave my Choo-Choo's Demi Trader the biggest shoulder cannon.
Yeah, my custom Gundam, the Origin, is going to have the cannon over the shoulder because I didn't do that with my Master Grade because I wanted the normal Gundam. But I'm doing a custom Gundam. He's gonna have shoulder cannons. Damn it!
Why is he smiling at me? Why?
Yeah, he's
why
like,
is there a
happy to
face
see
right
you.
here?
Oh.
There's a torso in the face. Let's go.
Yeah,
Why is everything Gurn lagging? Huh? Why?
Mecha made a.
Man, I actually funny. I just started watching Gurren Lagann with my girlfriend,
Oh, it's
and
a
at
great
the
series.
start I thought it was kind of silly, and I'm like, yes, Kamina, and then it's like, no, Kamina,
It's so
I
sudden.
Yeah.
watching it again.
right?
But I need to start over because if I start watching from where I remember, I'm gonna get so lost.
Do you guys remember
Yeah.
the name of the suit? I can't remember the name off.
No,
my
I
head.
have no idea what
no,
it's
I don't.
called, but I know I
The
want
beggar,
it.
whatever.
Yeah, that looks good. I
That's just-
like it. It looks nice.
I like the weird shield it has too.
Is that a booster
like
on
that
its ass right there? What is that?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a booster.
Oh, that is a booster. Space
Yeah.
suit. Okay.
The ass cannon.
Probably one on the other side too.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks great.
And
And that's what I mean with the pose. Look at him. He has like a wide combat stance.
Yeah, that
And then
looks so
right
cool.
here you see
And then
the
we have
Schwartz
Schwartz in
set.
the
He's
back.
like,
Okay, so real quick, I think this
This-
is the suit that Bob's gonna pilot.
yeah,
That-
you
whoever-
think so?
whoever
The
Bob's
one
with. I
that's
think
called
this is-
love it.
tentative name.
Yeah, I think he's gonna pilot tentative name.
Ooh,
It's a-
I like that. I like that actually.
Tentative name.
It
'Cause it's-
ties in with my theory that he's
Yeah.
gonna be a masked person who's hiding his identity.
Here's a
Ooh.
wild
Ooh.
idea. What if Bob gets recruited by Prospera and she gives him this Gundam?
I thought
Because-
that-
Hey, you want to avenge your dad?
There's
Yeah,
a
when
reason why there's no name because if it was mass produced, they would just say mass produced, right? They
Right.
would just say whatever. But I like that
And
theory. I want
I
it to be
think they're
true.
holding-
And I just like
I
it for
think
its
they're holding the
simplicity.
name
It
until he
looks
gets
like a
revealed in the
better
show.
Gundam than the Aerial.
Yeah.
At the
I'm
same
saying
time,
it now.
doesn't it have the exact same color scheme as the Thorn?
Kinda.
Nah.
It looks
No,
more-
well, I have
Oh,
a
hi.
picture of the thorn.
Hey. What?
huh?
Hello.
Oh, sorry. I was helping family move because they, for some reason, thought that, oh, he just got off night shift and is sleeping. Let's wake him up immediately and tell him about
Oh
how
my god.
how our grandfather needs to move
no.
to his new house.
Gotta love family
We're
when they do that.
we're talking about some of the new releases here, and we're looking
Yeah.
and we're debating whether like the no name Gundam is going to be mass produced or it's actually Bob's. And I like that.
Oh.
I'm hoping now because I have goosebumps. And I
Because
want it to be Bob's.
I remember the
I never
initial
thought about it.
idea.
Yeah,
The
sorry.
initial idea was that this was going to be Prospera's, but I
Yeah, that was
don't
my
see
thought.
Prospera. I don't see her piloting a mobile suit. She's the type of string puller who finds somebody
Yeah.
to pilot the mobile suit for her.
Yeah.
She's not gonna get
Yeah.
her hands dirty like
Exactly.
By the time
Yeah,
Prospera
she
steps into the ring, she's going to be in the G-Witch equivalent of the Grey Zine.
that. Yeah, basically.
yeah, basically.
Probably.
I expect
Um,
Marlena to get into a Gundam before I expect Miorne to get in one.
Yeah. The more I look at this suit, the more
You know, he's already been in one.
I actually like it. Because
Yeah.
before I was like not crazy about it, but the more I look at it, I'm like, I like
It
it.
looks great.
It's very,
It's
bland
very
compared to the
basic.
compared to the other suits. It's
Yeah.
like there's nothing going on.
It does look like a grayscale model, though.
Yeah.
They
What I
all do,
like
though.
about it is that it's elegant and blocky at the same time, and it
Yes.
just pulls it off so well.
It definitely does get that like grunt suit actually military vibe, but
Yeah.
it
Yes.
does look like I actually really like it because it's actually different than the other Gundams we have seen.
Yeah,
and that actually would be a good difference relative to Ghoul, because every time Ghoul's gone out, except for the very end,
Thick.
he went out in
With thick.
some in a thick machine, with gaudy ass color schemes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, yeah.
And a fucking plume.
Like McCuve level color schemes of I want you to see me.
The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm thinking about kit bashing this with the Schwartz.
Yes, give it the big ass sword.
Yeah, like I want to take the forearms and maybe, well, I don't know. I think I'll leave the head on the Schwartz.
I think I might take the head.
I think I'll like the forearms and the chest and just like and swap those out and then get the sword and then it's just like now it's perfect.
I just wish there was something like special about it, you know? Like if there was something like a big ass blaster or a big sword or
that's what makes it so good. There's
because it's so simple compared to all of these gimmicks.
Look, I just want something nice about it, man. I just want something special. Give it a visor.
Think about it like this. It's like the Gundam Mark II. It's just the Gundam,
good.
but it's like the original Gundam, but better looking.
Pretty much.
Those scenes on that gun bother me.
I think it's
really is a shame.
You need it. Yeah, it'll need a different gun. It'll need a different gun altogether.
It'll need a different gun, yeah. But I think it's really cool because, like somebody said before, everything else in G-Witch has some sort of ridiculous gimmick, and this thing is just I have a gun and a shield. That's it.
They're still gonna kick your ass.
In a way, that's kind of all you need. But unless, like, it's a lot better than the aerial in my honest opinion. Because let's be honest, doing less with more is kind of really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in this series where there are bits flying everywhere.
Yeah, I'm tired of the bits.
Yeah, less with more feels like it should be the General Gundam.
I'm tired of bits.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that was the charm of the original, because like, supposedly it was better than every other mobile suit in the series, but it was just packaged with like beam sabers in the back, a shield, and a gun, and that was it. That's all it needed.
And then a lance, and then a rocket launcher, and then a mace.
But Amuro barely used them. In the end, he just used normal loadout.
But I will say, even with all that stuff like the hyper hammer, he used it sparingly, and he could switch it out. Like he could use it when needed. But he didn't.
Oh my baby, let's go.
This is the Lanza Soul. What do you guys think here?
Sorry, who wanted to just say something? Did you just
Yeah, I got it.
The picture doesn't know justice. Okay. I can't say much about it because I can barely see it.
I see.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right,
bye. Good seeing you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh yeah, the Delanza Soul. What do you guys think here?
Yeah,
this is SWAT equipment.
Yes, it's chunky.
It's a Delanza. That's all I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it feels like a Delanza. Like, you know how the gym is basically supposed to be like the more like slimmed down, like less cost version of the Gundam. That's what it feels like with this Delanza.
Yeah, it's a powered GM basically.
Yeah.
I can see it. But
it reminds me
the composition of the photos just makes it so hard.
Yeah,
I will say it looks like in terms of bulkiness, it looks like a Gym 3 stuck with like the Super Gundam's backpack.
I like it, but it makes me mad because we never got those Spec Ops demi trainers that show up in the second episode in the rest area.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any of that. And this exists, and I'm like, where is the sick Spec Ops demi trainer?
Yeah.
The Witch Hunt Squad, kitted out in demi trainers where they need nothing better.
To me,
good.
To me, the only thing I actually really like is the sword, the beam sword.
I actually like the. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say this reminds me of what was it called in Gundam Unicorn, the Carl something.
Oh yeah,
Gustav.
The
Gustav.
Yeah, the
I can see it. Yeah, no, they're very similar amounts of chunk.
But honestly, if the Gustav Carl was less Gustav chunk, I would love it because I love the head design on the Gustav Carl.
I'm going to say one thing that I just noticed that I think is really cool. It doesn't have an antenna. Like everything else has an antenna. This thing just has that weird plate where the antenna usually goes.
Yeah. This is not a machine for dueling.
Yeah, this is a combat machine.
Yeah. It has two big, like, chonky shoulders to act as shields. It has a gun and a saber for close range.
This is mass-produced military equipment used by the cops to suppress dissidents on Earth.
Let's go.
Are you saying it's a Jim Quell?
Yeah, pretty much.
And a fire started from BattleTech.
It looks okay. It's not a hit that I'm gonna get. But
it's nothing special because of all the other designs.
But you guys are all going to get the P Bandai of the Ariel, aren't you? Because it's permit score 6, right?
Oh my god, more P Bandai.
No, I'll probably go for it just because I want it.
I'm going. I said
Ariel, so.
I said if it's under $25, I will get it. But if it's above that, I'm not going to touch it.
Honestly, it's pretty Bandai, so I don't think it's going to be under 25. I'll be honest.
No.
It's just a part swap of things easily paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not bothering.
Okay, but I can't paint.
It doesn't look like like the only thing I see different is the sticker.
It's that's all that's different.
No. You know the difference.
Don't know how the fuck you're supposed to do those shoulder stickers.
You know what's the real difference? It's pre-Bandai. That means people will want to get. That's what I'm guessing is money.
I heard somebody say that the stickers get removed for actual like hard plastic parts instead. But
I doubt it. It does.
No, like the blue stripes on the shoulder.
Oh, those I did those. They were fine.
It's a sticker. Look, you can see it. It's coming off there.
Yeah.
On the left shoulder.
I can never get them to stay on, and I don't understand how you're supposed to.
Listen, I have trouble with
in charge of this display.
I lost one of the red ones.
Apparently, my dog wants to be on the podcast because she is now jumping onto my lap and getting near the mic.
Let's go.
Hello.
Your dog has something to say. But yeah,
let him cook.
Yeah, this P Bandai kit is definitely something that it's useless for me. I don't know. I don't like it.
It would have been cooler. Like, admittedly, the thing I'm really waiting for is Master Grade Ariel. Like, where is my Master Grade?
They don't do those anymore.
Yeah,
they just do like full mechanics.
Yeah, but I can't get like full mechanics anywhere.
Master Grade Ariel, but then you pull off the torso and find the lift beneath.
Let's go.
I would understand if it was P Bandai if it came with like the plastic parts to form that like the new Gundam shield. You know what I mean?
That would have made more sense.
That would make more sense.
I might have actually gotten it.
But otherwise, it's a hard no for me. Like nah.
It's a no from me, dog.
It's a no from me now. Yeah, exactly.
I like my red because it makes me think of the unicorn.
This is like the actual display of
They really half-assed these new model kit displays, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
They did not know how to pose them.
Yeah, the Schwartz is just. It's just like.
What if? Hold on. What if
the blue one?
It's not because they didn't have the time or they couldn't pose it properly.
They're selling too well.
It's because they actually can't be posable that well.
That's even worse.
That's bad.
I've seen the shoulder. Like, look at the shoulders on this fucking on the Demi train I'm building. This is posability.
These things pose like crazy. Which from
these
Mercury
people don't know how to
so
pose.
well.
Yeah.
I can do my
fire your staff.
I
can do my. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like the Delanza Soul, the Schwartz, whatever it's called, and maybe possibly even the Demi trainer here. I feel like they just can't be posed that well because they're
fine. No. I mean, the Delanza Soul's articulation isn't going to be different from all the other Delanzas, and my Delanza poses fine. Like, you could do so much with it.
Same for the Demi trainer. Like, I'm building it here, and its shoulders are pretty good.
Yeah, I have Choo-Choo's customized, and it's fine. The only thing I can complain about with Choo-Choo's one is those hip joints, the gray parts going into the white one, keep falling out on me. But,
I'm also not sold on how big of the color divide is between the white and the gray, because, like, in the show, you don't notice it.
Heavy Zawart!
This kit actually looks really cool.
Oh, I actually really like this because
they slapped rockets on a flag.
Dude, doesn't it look like something out of Armored Core? Like, really?
That's the thing. It was designed by the same people that made Armored Core.
Yeah, it looks exactly. Yeah, I love the mags on the sides, the side skirts. That looks sick.
Yeah, this thing is actually just secretly an Armored Core 6.
Like,
yes.
I will say,
I wish.
It's a precursor to Armored Core 6. It's like instead of like, we thought this was a new Gundam show. No, it's just a precursor to the freaking Armored Core. But I actually really like this design because the original one looked a little too, like, dead to me. Like, he had nothing really going on. This feels like he has enough going on that I really like it.
The best part for me is I already own a Tickle Bang. So I'm just gonna get like another one and then 3 Zwords, and I'm gonna have the squad, and it's gonna be
nice.
Nice.
Uh,
I like the shoulder cannon.
Yeah,
the shoulder
like the
cannon is
shoulder
so
cannon.
good, and the missile launcher too.
it just looks so nice. It looks like it's very well done. I like how the weapons in the back, it doesn't seem like it's too heavy. It just looks like it can pose really well, and even the backpacks, like the back weapons, it doesn't take away from the kit. Like sometimes, like you'll have a weapon in the backpack and it's like ginormously like noticeable and takes away from everything else. I think this just looks amazing.
The Zamel cannon.
Yeah, but yeah, it doesn't like take away too much. Like the legs are real nice, and it looks like it can actually support. And like something like a flag that looks like it's made to transform. This looks like a slimmed down like Jesta in a way.
Yeah, it looks nice
with a barrel chest.
It looks like a better a better designed mass-produced version than the Delanza. The Delanza still, the mass-produced version still feel more like customized units to me.
It looks like it's made to take all the hits.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It looks like it's the front line unit along the normal sword, just like squad 3, 2 normals, one of these, and they just go.
It's made to be this is made to be the fast unit. The Delanza one is made to be the literal tank.
Yeah. It looks good. It looks good.
Yep.
And then we got more shots of the Thorn. I like the color actually.
That reminds me.
Color it.
Someone showed me like a custom parts mix where they mixed the Uriel with dang it, what was the first Gundam in the
Livrith.
In the Livrith. They mixed the head and the shoulder a bit, and it looked really nice.
I hate this kit.
I don't
I
like
think
it.
it's
Look at
ugly
the
as
chicken
fuck.
legs.
Yeah, exactly. The
I'm
legs.
still
The tiny ass legs, the big ass backpack that doesn't actually do anything.
It honestly looks like the backpack is the thing. Like it's constantly thrusting it up so that it can keep balance.
It looks so
My
compact.
biggest issue with the Livriths at the end is that the backpacks don't really do anything besides, it's the gun system. Cool, where are the goddamn bits?
And also, both the Uriel and this look like they're supposed to transform because of the like blockiness and the way the legs are.
You mean the
Yeah, the and this also
I want to see the two combine.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah,
be
I mean,
funny.
just seeing 2 Urs combined where it has like both the backpack and both machine guns is fucking dope.
I think the only thing I like about this
heavy arms.
The only thing I like about this kit is the head.
No, wait, instead of the heavy arms, it's called the
I think you're going to see actually a decent amount of kit bashes that replace maybe the legs and stuff, and it's going to look badass. It'll look
The thing that kills me for that are chicken legs and the coloration, because it still makes me think of movie Starscream. Which
oh my god!
I think.
Okay, hear me out. 2 Urs combined into
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I think if this kit had gotten like something closer to the Wundwort legs, it would have been better. Because just giving it the normal feet,
so
I do too.
Weird.
But like at the bottom of these feet, just putting the like normal feet at the bottom of the weird strut, that's the lower leg, is like, huh?
Nani?
I will say one.
Exactly.
I did learn one thing about Advance of Zeta that he just reminded me of all the mobile suits are named after Watership Down character, which are bunnies that die in horrible ways.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I don't know why.
I think I think the mistake they did here, especially with this kit, is how fleshy the tone is. And I feel like
also
having a flesh tone on a mechanical anything is just not ever a good idea.
Like if you really want to go like military colors, you go with like a sandy brown, like the Jim Ground type.
Yep.
Yes.
But this is too beigeish looking to me.
Also, I cannot understate how much I dislike how the gun system parts look.
Yeah. That big
the
backpack.
aerial, they look great because they're behind transparent parts.
This, I'm wondering if it's trying to summon a UFO.
It's really weird.
It's the beam.
It's Starscream's wings.
This looks like fucking animated Laserbeak with just red paint slapped on angular black plastic.
It reminds me of like a video game shooter where you have to destroy the components on the enemy big mech machine. That's exactly what it looks like. It's like, oh look, here's the flashing red zone you have to shoot at.
Honestly, given what it is, it probably actually is that. Like, I imagine if you shoot the gun system of the Lithrid,
it just explodes.
Yeah.
Boom.
Goodbye, right, Sophie. You are a psychotic bitch.
It's that time again, guys. It's that time again.
Oh boy.
Free the gym.
Yes, the gym.
It's that time again where we be controversial, and we have 3 MSs today. They're all gonna be grunts that are on, relatively the good side, the good teams, the
fringe.
So today we're gonna start off with
giant air quotes.
We're gonna start off with the powered GM.
The chunk.
Where is he going?
I have a soft
Sub-Zero.
We're gonna go with we'll start with Locust here.
So I don't have any connection to this except seeing the leg boosters at the start of Stardust Memory. But he looks like somebody who will beat your ass, so he goes to Sub-Zero because I don't want to fight this. It's like, okay, here's a gym, but he's swole. He worked out.
He's worked out, yeah.
He's Mr. Take Your Girl.
He's
like it's like a Xeon guy. It's like, this is the gym. This is you, and then he points at him. This is the guy she tells you not to worry about. So he goes to Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, okay.
It's like the Virgin Zaku versus the Chad gym.
Yeah, exactly.
Mecha Wolf, you wanna?
I kind of love this thing because even at the start this thing doesn't really get to show off a bunch, but at the start it literally shows how much better it is to a Zaku while they're showing like them firing paint guns at each other, and the Zaku just can't even keep up with how much thrust it's doing, which is why it's in Sub-Zero for me. I just love that it's also fast, but not nearly as chunky as you would think.
I think I remember like Ko's when he's piloting the Zaku and trying to get after this, and he's like, oh man, like this Zaku, it's so fast. Damn slow, and it's like that thing is so fast, and this Zaku's so clunky. It was like, damn, dude. Yeah.
And then we don't see it in that show anymore.
So you said Sub-Zero. Medic, where's this thing going?
Okay, so my only experience with the gym powered was Build Fighters Try, where Fumina ran a custom one for some reason.
Okay.
And I love how she dropped it because she's terrible.
Yeah.
Because this thing is great. Look at how chunky it is. It's a beefy guy. It's gonna rip your head off.
It's got huge boosters in the back as well.
Yep.
I really
this thing, they saw the gyms exploding, trying to keep up with the Zuda, and took that as a challenge.
Yeah, this thing is good.
Bro.
Where are you putting a medic?
There's 4.
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero. Okay, Kai.
Can I point that?
Yeah, Lucas, go ahead.
A small design thing I noticed, it has another protector instead of only the front, it has one to the back, and I think that's really cool because most of the other fatty designs only have the one forward.
Yes. Yep.
That's really cool.
Yep.
It's also got an additional event on the front as well.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna vent.
Yeah. Sorry, Kai?
Sub-Zero. This was my I really like this thing in Stardust Memory, and it was my first custom paint, actually.
Oh, nice.
I do that.
I agree with you. Yeah, Sub-Zero.
Yeah, Sub-Zero. I just like it. It's a big, chunky gym, and
it's the gym's older brother come out to play.
And I was waiting for Aya to put it somewhere else.
Yeah, I saw Fumina piloting this around in Gundam Build Fighters, and I was like, that looks so cool. It's got the the shield gimmick from Thunderbolt, and that looks so well. And then she dropped it. And I was like, why did you drop it?
Yeah, I don't understand.
You need to shill the SD kits, and it's like, congratulations, you're a glorified power-up now.
Yeah, I mean, it even had like the freaking Alex Gundam's wrist-mounted Gatling guns, which was really
That's so cool.
And I want the model kit so bad. It's just
I want
so
any model kit that has the wrist-mounted Gatling gun. And Bandai, give us a fucking Titania.
Oh my god. All right. Next mobile suit is
I got that thing went firmly to Sub-Zero with no arguing.
Is the Jesta.
Ah,
Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Oh.
We got Sub-Zero.
We'll
I'm
go with
high
Mac.
and cool. I just
ahead.
don't like the color scheme as much as like contemporary mobile suits like the Yagen.
Oh, this is why I always put it in gym color whenever I get it.
Okay. So
Medic, high end cool, solid design, but the color scheme bores me.
Okay, Kai.
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
I'm a sucker for any unicorn kits, any unicorn mobile suits.
Okay.
I actually like the coloration, and I like the orange visor. It just makes it pop more.
I will
if it was
give
blue, then I would have. If it was blue, if the visor was like the normal blue, then I'd probably get bored of it. But it's bright orange. It's just like, I can fuck your shit up. Don't mess with me. And no, just blows up until the very end when they're facing off against a literal new type super weapon.
Okay, I'll give you the visor part.
Yep.
Mech Wolf unit.
I don't know. Let's ask my Just a Cannon model kit in the background. Yeah, Sub-Zero for me. I just love the design of this thing. It looks like what the Jagan is supposed to like evolve into.
Okay.
Like something like an even better version of itself, which can compete with even Gundams, which is just great for me personally.
I've gone beyond.
Like this is what
a Yesta. Yesta that you fear.
Like this is what they summon in Torting Base whenever like they're beating up on the poor old gyms that are being done by used as practice, and they're just like, okay, we know that this Barland is tearing up things, but let's just send in someone to clear them out.
I will say the Yesta's output is fucking ridiculous.
Yesta is a pretty awesome mobile suit. I also give it a Sub-Zero. But Lucas, what do you have to say about it?
So I haven't watched Unicorn yet because I only started getting into this whole Gundam thing like a few months ago.
Yeah.
But every kit from Unicorn I've seen so far has just been awesome. This included. And like I get the kind of monotone thing, but that just screams mean to me when I see something that's not like flashy or look at me, I have orange parts or something. I'm just like, okay, this guy means business because he doesn't need to tell you that he means business by being flashy. He's just gonna beat the shit out of your mobile suit and show you that he can do it.
It's the one fucking space machine in the UC that actually is camouflaged for such.
I love the color personally. I think the color is just.
So for me, it's also Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
And both the Yagen and this have been on my list of kits I want to get when I'm not like, I don't want to spend more than $60 right now because I make all my money myself and I need to save it.
Yeah. I think so far it's like the first time we've all agreed on the same thing. It's crazy.
It's funny, both
there was a power gym.
Yeah, both with the power gym, we were just like Sub-Zero.
And the ball.
And the ball.
And the ball.
Yeah, and the ball.
And the gym sniper.
Oh yeah, we did agree on the gym sniper sucking.
We tore that thing apart.
I like how the best thing is everybody is like in the cool or the Sub-Zero, and then you just have the gym sniper all the way on the other side.
Because it sucks. I mean, yeah, it's a prototype for what would come later, but for God's sake, it's bad. It's a bad.
It looks so bad in a series that has great designs.
I mean, it's literally just a ground gym painted green and giving a sniper rifle.
All right.
Why did they paint it green?
For camouflage.
It was on a mountain.
Magnac Sub-Zero. Fuck yes, Magnac.
Oh yeah, I forgot the name of this thing. I will say that I liked the design that they showed in the manga more than they showed in the show.
Agreed.
For this thing.
Because Katoki is very smart and redesigned something that was already cool into something better.
Also, I will say one last thing about the Jesta is it is the only like Fetty suit that's shown that can even beat things like the Carl and freaking Zeta Gundam. Like it just plows it when the Zeta Gundam tries to fly away. It just plows its foot into it.
Yeah.
And that was my introduction to the Zeta Plus. I was like, oh, well, this thing sucks. And then I actually found out I actually do. I'm like, well, that pilot sucks.
Yeah, I just love that the one scene where he just like puts a beam saber to the chest. I'm like, yeah, you're done.
All right, we'll start with Kai. What do you think of this?
Sub-Zero. I like the Magax. It was definitely one of my favorite things because it made up for what the Sandrock actually lacks as a specialty mobile suit.
Okay.
Because the Sandrock to me it struck me as like the commander unit of the 5. So giving it an army made sense. And the Maganak is a very smart army design. Simple, but effective.
Okay. Mecha Wolf unit.
I honestly would just put this in cool. While I do like the design and the head design where it's very obviously made to be like a desert mobile suit, like with the coloring and the armor design around its chest just looks kind of wrong to me. Like it's ill-fitting.
Yeah.
Like it's just clumping together, which I don't really like. So yeah, just cool for me.
Okay. Go with Locust.
So since the manga was my first kind of introduction to this series, this just feels kind of mid. Like it's cool, but it's just like you're not special.
Yep.
You don't strike me as special. I can't be like, okay, it's cool because it's the gym. It just looks like, okay, we slapped a bunch of armor panels on a Leo.
Yeah.
And that's it. So it's like not cool it's not cool to me.
Okay.
It also scares me because it has so many bevels everywhere, and it's like, dude, calm down on the bevels. Holy shit.
Yeah. Medic?
Bevel. Sub-Zero. I love this thing. I love the turtle shell armor design. And I love just how well this thing looks for ambushing people in the desert. That and the fact that in terms of mooks, throughout all of Wing, they don't lose one.
I don't know about that.
I'm pretty sure the Maganet Corps is still the same 40 guys by the end of the series.
Are they?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure a bunch of them get destroyed in the anime.
I've yet to see one go down, and I'm near the end of the anime.
I thought they got destroyed during, the Sank Kingdom attack?
They weren't at the Sank Kingdom attack.
No, that's with the dolls and stuff. I don't know. I don't know.
Like, it was the Trey's faction that was at the Sank Kingdom attack. The Maganaks are still in the fucking desert.
Yeah, I was wrong, but I might be getting it confused with Gundam SD Cross Rays because that's kind of messing with my head a little.
For me, I think that it's seriously not cool. I don't like how it personally looks. I feel it's very hindered by only being able to really, function well in the desert. The mono eye bothers me on this specific mobile suit. The patterning on it too is just really not a very good design in my opinion. And I just feel like this specific Magnok is seriously not cool. And I think it's going to be honestly in the not cool section.
I will say I keep forgetting that it has a mono eye because its like little helmet is so short. So I want to change my vote to
I thought it was a visor.
Not cool for the mono eye.
Every day I look forward to our episode 50 fight.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna push it kind of overall into the not cool. Though, which kind of shames me because I feel like the GM is seriously not cool either, but that's for a different story. But that's just the way it is. And that's guys, that's pretty much it for today's podcast. We did we did the volume 1 review of Glory of the Losers for Gundam Wing. We looked at some new pictures, even though they weren't the greatest of the potential new releases for some of the kits for G-Witch. We talked about the trailer and what we think is going to happen in season 2. And of course, we all pretty much were dead on the cool wall and agreeing with pretty much all the kits, all the mobile suits so far.
I will fight you.
So,
right.
But guys, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
This is not a democracy. It's whatever the hell Aya says.
Last but not least,
I love democracy.
Good times, guys. Good times.